Let's test our mics real quick. Don't tap it. Just talk into it because I need to see what your talking level is.
I'm gonna talk.
And then I'm gonna talk.
You're 3. Why are you so quiet?
Before you touch anything. Okay, I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I just leave it on every week.
Yeah,
very loud.
Having it on. Talk
Who's
again.
who?
Al's the one that was maxed out.
Who?
Just talk again now.
Hello.
Talk
Hello.
normal volume. A little bit more.
Hello. How are you doing today? I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, good. Did you try that new swimming pool? No.
That's perfect if you talk at that volume. Okay.
Yeah. See, I said hello, and I go, oh crap, he doesn't want that. So that's why I said something else right away.
Talk in a normal voice. Hello,
Mrs.
Sounded
Doubtfire.
like Mrs. Doubtfire.
I know that's what I was going for. I'm surprised you've seen that movie. I'm not surprised.
I've seen it a number of times. I
I was
worked
going
at
to say,
the
who
theaters.
has it? Did you have to slurp?
That's how I drink coffee.
Yeah, how
yes,
dare
that's gonna
you.
get old after a while. I know. So I want to open because we're recording now. We're recording a podcast. So I want to open with a little story.
Like,
Here's a
Is
story.
it normal to slurp
The
coffee?
3 podcasters.
I mean, the hole's
who
really
are
small.
recording a podcast about Wrath of Lich King.
So when you got your mouth over such a small
They
hole,
were
you
filled
gotta
with
slurp a little bit.
misinformation
Okay.
and called out regularly
Oh, why were
Who's
that?
by
loud?
other podcasters.
Oh, ow.
If
No, I was that little part. I wonder.
Sam, you
Maybe
talk?
it's me.
Let me check something. Hold
I
on.
don't know. I think we're fine.
Hold on.
Or
Oh, that's terrible, Sam. Why would you do that? Okay, so I'm actually going to tell the story that I've been teasing for several minutes now. So I'm going to tell a little story. So last week, we were recording a podcast. And
no, we weren't.
2 weeks ago, we were recording a podcast. And when I went to edit it, my volume levels were so bad. Is that guy going to be running that thing next
Is
door
it
this whole
picking
time?
up, though?
I don't know. If it picks up, our neighbor is doing something.
Lawn mowing? Or he had a weed
No,
whacker?
it's not a lawnmower. I don't know
Weed
what he's
whacker.
doing.
He
He's
had a
doing
weed
something
whacker.
involving
Weed whacker. He had a
maybe
weed
he's
whacker.
whacking some weeds. So 2 weeks ago we were recording a
wait
podcast.
minute. Someone's about to exit the bathroom.
Okay, pause for a second here. Is he actually going to exit?
I don't know. I just heard him flush.
I'll start anyways. So 2 weeks ago,
He's playing with his toothbrush.
So 2 weeks ago, we were recording a podcast. And when I went to edit it, my sound levels were terrible. And I figured it was Craig's fault. So, that smells. He did something that smells in there.
It actually didn't smell that in there.
Maybe I'm just smelling myself. So, I assumed it was Craig's fault because we were using Craig to record. And we don't usually use Craig to record.
Damn, Craig.
But, I mean, it doesn't really make sense why just mine would be off. Because Al was fine, and usually if there's a problem, it's Al. And Sam was on the same channel as me, and Sam was fine. But mine was really like quiet and distorted, and I had to do so much just to
I
get
know what
myself
it was.
even hearable. Like, even hearable. So, fast forward to an hour ago, 45 minutes ago.
Pause for news intro.
So fast forward to roughly 45 minutes ago, I'm getting all the stuff out to set up for this podcast. And I should mention, I never turn my microphone off. Like, I just don't bother turning it off.
mic
I just
wasn't
put
on
it in
at
the
all.
drawer. I'm telling a story, Sam. I just put it in the drawer as is so that I can plug it back in and just go. I don't turn it off. I don't turn it on. I don't fiddle with it. So I stuck it in my mic stand and I plugged the cord into it. And just by chance, I happened to finger the little on-off switch there a little bit. Like, just kind of rub it a little bit with my thumb. And I noticed that it was in the off position. So I think we recorded the entire episode last 2 weeks
And you
ago
were coming through my mic.
with my mic off, and I was just coming through your mic as like background noise.
Or you could have been using my
Your laptop microphone is not on when we're recording.
It is not.
It's
You're
not.
correct.
I disabled it. So it's not. I knew it wasn't the laptop microphone because I would have known. That's a thing that I can tell. But my microphone being off was completely unexpected. Because I don't turn my microphone off. I don't know who turned my microphone off. All I can figure is someone may have been playing with my microphone and turned it off. Al.
are your casuals.
So,
If only you just test your voice between each recording.
well, that's the thing. I always do.
But because we use
But
Craig.
last week we were using Craig, and it's one step more. It's one step more annoying than that, because usually when we record with Craig, I run Audacity in the background just so I can keep an eye on the sound levels, because things like this happen. And if I had done that, I would have immediately caught the fact that when I talk, it doesn't make a very big squiggly wiggly. But I didn't run Audacity in the background last week because my computer was annoying me, and I didn't think opening another program was going to be a good idea. What, Sam?
It just, looking at the picture, it's like face on me and Al. And then it's like looking down at you.
Well,
It's always looking down on him.
I prefer a top-down view. I do. If I'm being videoed, which am I even in the frame?
Yeah.
Am I more in the frame now?
I feel like there should be something on your computer, though, if you have it on.
Why?
Just a blank screen.
I mean, I can
No, it's fine. You should
I can open up WoW for background. So what was the thing? Oh yeah, I prefer top down because that's a more flattering camera angle.
Because he can hide his face with the bill of his
Because between the top
his face with his beard.
between the top down angle and the beard, it hides several chins. So I look slimmer. That's
What
why I
you're
keep telling you. That's why I keep telling you
saying
you should raise your laptop up because you're at a very unflattering angle right now.
Thanks. Very much appreciate that.
You brought it up. You're the one that asked. It's fine, Sam. Do you want to show off your shirt while we're talking about camera angles? Don't lift it up again. That was a few weeks ago.
months.
I'm gonna tilt it down.
I can't actually see the video, so
Got a new shirt.
very nice, Sam. Is that like...
I don't know if it's showing everything in the video.
I'm going to very briefly reduce... Yeah, it's... You can see it. It's kind of like a play on the whole Friends thing,
Yeah, but
it's violent murderers from movies.
What's a Friends thing?
It's basically... Well, Friends
Do
is
you
a
know the theme
show
song?
starring 4 sociopaths that live in
No,
New York City.
I don't.
And
But
her
if you want to
short-
go somewhere
her
to
shirt
teach it to me, I'll be there with you.
for you.
I'll be there.
I'll be there for you.
Oh, I wasn't looking at your boobs. Sorry.
Also, that's the lyrics to the song you're referencing. It's 4.
Oh, what a coincidence! It's almost like that was intentional.
I almost choked trying to dramatically slurp. So, so now that I've gone through that explanation as to why last
is your
episode
mic
was
on?
terrible. Yeah, see,
is this
when I
thing
talk, it
on?
makes squiggly wigglies.
Remember the time we
did a
spent
sound check
half
before we started.
a episode of me with my mic off.
Yes, I do.
You went an entire episode without your mic.
Yeah,
on.
well, we had a whole secondary recording of you that time.
Yeah, and I was able to. Luckily, I think the difference between me and you is you talk very softly, and I talk more
aggressively.
I talk more. I project my voice a little bit more. So my voice projected enough to
So
pick up
what
through
you're
your mic
saying is
just enough that I
need
could
to
crank
speak
it
a
up.
little louder
Speak a little louder.
You don't need to.
Don't be
I have-
shy.
Now,
because
what was that? Why was
that
that?
one
Did you
wasn't
lean
me.
right into your mic?
I went, speak a little louder. Yeah, I guess it was me.
Yeah. See, when you don't maintain the proper distance, I don't know how to do the whole. This thing doesn't have like a compressor on it, so we can't like shout into the mics because it's all like post recording stuff. I don't know how to.
I'll
do
try
all
not
that
to kiss
stuff.
it anymore.
I know there's equipment you can get so that it doesn't matter how loud you get, it filters it down. I don't have that, and I don't know where to get that, and I don't really know what that is. So, for now,
Amazon.
I heard of this new
yeah,
thing.
but you have to know what you're buying.
I heard of this new thing.
The internet.
Well, yes,
I know
it's a tool.
I know
Google.
it feels new to you because when you're looking at a portion of your life that it's existed for, it's lower for you than some people. But
I was there when it was born.
So
in
was I.
CERN, you were in Geneva when they created the internet
Yeah.
What? Wait, how long's the internet been around?
since the 80s.
Oh, I wasn't alive then.
I think no, it might have
Thought
been
we were talking about
79.
Google.
It might have been 79 or 80. There's a guy. I think this is the story. Anyways, I might be wrong.
When you said CERN, that's the name of a sci-fi character somewhere. I'm sure of
You know
it.
what CERN is, though, don't you?
I'm trying to remember what show I saw it in.
It's not from a show. It's a real thing.
I don't know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You know what CERN is?
Of course I do.
Like from real life, not from a show. In Geneva, it's the massive particle
Genovia.
accelerator
Cool.
they use to do all the experiments. It's like a shared project from several countries in Europe. It's so
You
big,
could make a flash out of it.
so you do know what it is.
You can make a flash out of it. It's a particle generator. The Flash. Barry Allen?
It's
I
not
got
Star
half of that
Labs.
already.
This
I
is an
know.
actual
I have an
place that
Uncle
does.
Barry.
This is an actual place that does actual science.
Okay.
It runs under like several countries in Europe because it's so big and Europe's so small. It takes up like several countries worth of space. It's just this massive ring.
You cannot
of
tell me.
firing particles and colliding them and measuring them with these massive detectors. It's cool.
You cannot tell me that Star Labs doesn't do science. They got Barry Allen to go faster than anything in life. Almost Mach 2.
Yeah. Not only is he the fastest thing in existence, he's almost as fast as a fighter jet.
Okay, so there's one thing that's always bothered me about that show.
Only one thing?
Well, there's a few things, but the one thing that gets me the most is he is the fastest man alive.
Except for all the people that are faster than him every season?
Exactly. There's always
And airplanes.
How come
And-
airplanes don't go back in time in that show?
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, you'd think every time someone went on, like, I mean, I guess passenger jets don't necessarily go that fast, but planes can go that fast.
Yeah.
The
And
the International Space Station. Do you know how fast it's going? Very, much faster.
That
than,
was going to be my guess. Was very,
much faster than the Flash runs.
Yeah, and to address your first issue about him being the fastest man alive, other than all the people that are faster than him, the show was about his growth, and he always had an enemy that
He
had
had
to meet-
cancer.
He always had an enemy.
Is it from the radiation he was exposed to?
He always had an enemy that made him have to go faster. So he was always going to be the fastest man alive because he was just going to face him and he would get faster because his power. We were watching the show from the birth of his power to the cancer.
till it got
ascent.
terrible and we all stopped watching.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was a good show.
I didn't last very long.
I'm not saying it was
so bad.
I'm not saying it was a good show. I'm just saying that that's my take on that particular premise.
And then he married his sister.
Yeah. So I think a show is flawed. I'm so distracted by your phone, but it's okay. I know you can't do anything about it. Just I can hear everything I say on like a half-second delay,
It's
and it's
stupid. I wish I could
It's
turn
so
it off
weird.
somehow.
But it's kind of a red flag for a TV show when the villains are consistently more interesting than the main character. No, don't try and fix it. It's not that big of a problem. I don't want you to mess up the video because it's actually working right now. So don't mess with it. It's not distracting me. I will get used to it.
What if I press?
How about we not press things? I'm just going to look and make sure we're still good.
I know we're good. You're
We're
just
still
being
good.
paranoid.
I am being paranoid because we've had how many weeks in a row where we've had some kind of catastrophic technical issue, and this is the first week since like I think early July that we haven't had like a crisis to deal with before we started recording.
Like Barry Allen had crises every year.
Yeah, the crisis
And
of multiple worlds or
Then
whatever the
Oliver
whole
Queen
storyline
came
was
to
called.
save the day.
Oliver, is he the Archer guy?
Yeah, he died.
Green Lantern. No, Arrow. Green Arrow.
Green Lantern Archer? Arrow, Archer. Archer's the other show. Archer's a much better show than The Flash. So
Yeah, with ISIS.
yeah. They changed the name of that a few seasons in. Did you notice
Yeah, I
that?
know. I
That
don't
was a
think
really
they
good
changed
show.
it. They just stopped.
Well, yeah, they unincluded it from the show. But they had it first.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I don't know about first. They had it before it was a big thing. So
What town were we going through?
what town?
We were on vacation.
CERN.
That was...
Was it
It was
Gatineau?
somewhere in between. No, we didn't go to Gatineau. It was somewhere in between Kingston and Cornwall.
No. Yes.
Yes, it
no.
definitely was. It was
Where's
near
the Thousand Islands?
Gananoque,
Gananoque. That's
which
where it was.
is between Kingston and Cornwall, along the St. Lawrence Waterway.
Anyways, they have a bridal shop. called
ISIS bridal shop. I know.
Yeah.
We took pictures of it and posted it on the internet because I'm sure nobody's thought to do that before.
Well, because Isis is an Egyptian queen as well, so I mean, I
Yes.
get that theme.
There's a lot of things that it is, but somebody ruined it for the rest of us. So let's get on with
The show.
Why we're here?
Yeah, because we're
Why are we here?
roughly 12 to 14 minutes in, and we haven't talked about World of Warcraft yet, because we are still, despite what some people may think, a World of Warcraft podcast that focuses on Wrath of the Lich King or World of Warcraft expansion.
Currently.
I mean, until Wrath of the Lich King ends, and then who knows what's going to happen.
Well, even so, we did take a hiatus for hardcore, but we are.
That was still World of Warcraft, though.
Yes. But it
After
wasn't-
Wrath of the Lich King, we might go on to Classic Plus. We might go on to World of Warcraft Cataclysm. We might go on to other
things.
games. We don't know. We don't know the future.
But we intend to go on.
We are not Barry Allen. We can't run as fast as a commercial airliner and therefore travel through time and see our future. That's a plot line in the show, right?
I want to go back.
Go back
Why?
to before you saw The Flash? I would too.
Yeah. Because I've taken so many wrong turns. It's time to make a right turn.
But does that not build character?
Oh, I feel like this
Who
was a
you
thing we just
are?
talked about. You face challengers
Doesn't
and
Do
you
I look
grow.
like a person that has a decent character and who I am?
No,
is
but
really-
isn't your mistake supposed to like?
You're supposed to
make
face a
you-
new challenge every season and grow.
Yeah, go faster.
You need to get
I
in
am
touch
not
with
the
your inner
fastest man
Barry
alive.
Allen.
Yeah, you're probably the slowest.
No, I've seen slower. I personally know people who don't move. So, way to go, Sam.
Well, somebody's
So-
got to be at the other end of the spectrum. Might as well be me.
Yeah.
You call me Mr.
It's
Glass.
like glass. Oh, I was gonna do that. I was gonna do the glass and the Unbreakable thing.
Sam doesn't know what that is.
No, I don't.
You need to watch Unbreakable. It's actually a decent movie. It's one of the better Bruce Willis movies.
I'm so glad that I beat you to that.
I'd almost said it. I just couldn't remember the name of the Bruce Willis. Is it actually? What's his character name? It's not Unbreakable.
McClane.
No, other
No,
movie.
no, it was just his name. I forget what it was.
I don't remember his name. But he didn't have like a Mr. Glass, like a cool superhero name. Okay.
No, if only we
Also-
had the internet on hand.
Also not the point. So we're a World of Warcraft podcast. I'm Josh / Will Riker.
I'm Sam /Rolaren.
I am Alan / Kona.
Yeah, it still throws me off every time I see your name spelled that way. It feels so wrong to me.
I might do some name changes. We'll see how much money I don't have later.
Well, it's only like $12 a name change. It's not that
I'd
bad.
have to do two.
So it's only like $25. So we should talk about World of Warcraft because I've actually, it's first of all, for starters, and to begin with, haven't
Why are
talked
you
about
creepily staring at me?
because you're in front of me. What? Okay, I'll just stare at my camera instead. Would you prefer that I not look at you, Sam? I know
David-
you hate it when I look at you.
David Dunn
weird.
was the character's name.
That sounds wrong somehow. I mean, I believe you because you just looked it up on the internet, but
Is there another show called The Unbreakable?
I don't know. There's the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but it's a completely different plot.
Oh, okay.
And I've watched that show too.
I wasn't a huge fan.
She's a hot little tune.
She was better in The Office.
Yeah, well,
Who was she in The Office?
Aaron,
Aaron something.
Oh, cool. Who's Aaron?
the receptionist. when
She
Pam
was
left.
she was a bit of an airhead.
Was it Pamela? Pam?
No,
When
different person.
When Pam became an actual sales
When she
person.
grew up and got a real job. Face your microphone. Sam.
Pam. She became a salesperson. I guess I'm going to have to watch the rest of that show.
You don't have to. I mean, it was a decent show.
When Steve Carell leaves, don't bother watching.
I don't know.
When
They
he
brought
leaves?
in some quality people. James Spader was in for a full season. You like him.
I like James
I guess
Spader.
so was Idris Elba.
He was good. I forgot about
Idris
him.
Elba was on The Office.
Yeah.
Yes. Idris Elba, James Spader, Will Ferrell, some other guy.
British girl.
I don't know her name.
Okay,
Nell.
okay,
Nelly?
okay. Careful. I'm almost at the table length.
Yeah. So like, yeah, when the show gets bad, they bring in all these like great actors on, which I didn't think it was that bad in the last season, to be honest. I mean, you can only
not
take
with those
so much
actors.
Steve Carell.
I like
James
Steve
Spader
Carell.
was good.
James Spader
And
is
he
good.
played like just this complete arrogant nut. Like he was really good. Like he was having fun with it. He had fun with it. He really did.
Okay, have you watched the work he does? I think he just has fun with whatever he does.
I think he does, but like he was having a good time, I think, with this character because he was allowed to just be like a complete, just terrible person, but also funny at the same time.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the latter year.
It was
Steve Carell does come back, I hear.
for the last episode.
Yeah, even given that little thing
what
that
she
they
said.
had at the Golden Globe.
I don't know the thing at the Golden
What?
Globe. I don't watch
whatever award show where the funny guy of the
You're
two,
gonna have to narrow it down.
the other guy that played Steve Carell's role.
Oh, Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais introduced him.
Was there like friction between them?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Was
that.
it supposed to be a joke?
Well, it's Ricky Gervais. He was burning everybody, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that was staged drama, but Steve Carell come in and Ricky Gervais went to shake his hand and he kind of shoved him off.
It was probably staged, but you don't know with him because I think he just legitimately likes being mean to people in a funny way. In
Gervais
a deserved
or
way.
Carell?
Yes, Gervais. But
Well, no,
not the point, because this is not Warcraft talk. This is not an Office podcast. But you can go on. You looked like you were going to say something.
I just like when he was talking about when he was introducing Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. That was the best.
I kind of remember that. I
Let me
watched.
just Google that.
I
now.
recently rewatched his second year that he did the Oscars. It was the Oscars, by the way, not the Golden Globes. I recently rewatched the second, like all of his stuff from the second year he did the Oscars. I think it was the Oscars. I feel like it was the Oscars.
I feel like the one I'm thinking of is not, but that's okay.
I don't know.
I digress. I could be wrong. It could be, but
I am not an expert on award shows because I don't really care.
the staging that I'm picturing right now does not seem Oscar-esque.
Was there a lot of Golden Globes just kind of dangling around?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, you were saying.
I was saying that we're a World of Warcraft podcast, so we should probably talk about World of Warcraft. And it's been like 2 weeks since we've recorded an episode.
Not
So we've all done some
100%
things.
true.
It's been almost 2 weeks. I said like 2 weeks,
Oh, I did a news
and I
thing.
used it appropriately. I said since we recorded an episode,
That's like a little.
we did not do the news.
That's like a little appendix.
You did a little news appendage.
Yeah,
We
but
have not done anything.
I sent it to you. I was hoping to get some kind of feedback on it, but then you guys didn't record. So I said, okay, I'll just release it.
Yeah,
as is.
yeah, because yeah. The day that
Josh
we were going to
wanted to take a
record,
nap.
I was exhausted.
You don't have
The
to
day that
explain
the
to
day
me.
that we
I
were going to
know what
record, I
exhaustion-
came home and I laid down on the couch and I just passed out. I drooled like a lot. I got one of our cushions like really wet. Like I was really
I'm
out.
not going to get on your case if you're tired. I am tired a lot. I can certainly empathize.
I'm more complaining that the cushion's wet. It still is. I just turned it over and kind of hid the stain.
I have the same issue. My cushions.
Yeah.
I don't drool.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
So that people can see your reactions to the things that we say.
I think so that
So-
at least once a week you can say, why am I here?
Speaking of getting wet, Wrath of the Lich King. So ICC is out.
ICC.
Gamma Dungeons are out. Headless Horseman is out. What have we been? What do we have going on? What have we been doing?
I've been doing my tournament dailies. I finally got back to the Argent champion or Crusader. I'm Crusader Okona again. I got 2 more quests open up, so I get more champion seals each day. So that's
What
good.
quests opened up? Because I haven't redone my whole tournament thing,
Okay.
but I went and I was able to pick up quests that like led me to a new area, new quests that I hadn't seen before.
Hothgar's Landing.
I don't know. I didn't do them.
Okay, so it takes you north of the grounds, going across the ocean
It doesn't go any lower.
onto some boats, onto an island. But you didn't go.
I didn't know. I didn't go to the boat.
So what opens up is you have there's a few quests you can do on the island just for discovering it, discovery quests. You know, you kill a bad guy, you go up. But now you can go over and you either have to rescue people who are being attacked by, I might say this wrong, the Gvaldir, or we'll say Silent K, Valdir, whatever those giant people
the
are.
Kivaldir.
Yeah, so you can rescue them. You have to get some shark meat. So you got to turn it. So
There are so many quests where you need to get shark meat or whale blubber, and I hate every single one of them.
no, this one's actually kind of cool. So this is the one I've been waiting for. It's like chum in the water or something like that. But every one of the TOG,
I was going to ask, is it anything that one where you got to kill stuff and put the blood in the water and then kill the shark? But is it
yes.
like
So-
the onslaught area?
Oh, I don't remember that one in the onslaught area.
Yeah.
But so as I'm trying to say, all the TOGC bosses that are around, you do a little quest for them. So the big, what's the big guy's name that charge you guys in the TOGC? Garfrost or something.
Jarl.
Anyway, you go and you capture some snowballs for him to play with.
Shoot, what is his name? I don't know. We don't call people by their names.
So
He's one of the beasts.
Yeah, so he's one of the ones that are from the storm peaks. So you go over and you have to capture snowballs, and they're like, no, let me die, don't take me back. Then you got to feed.
It's probably because during the raid encounter, he chucks the snowballs at you and you just slaughter them. And they're like, no, why are you doing this to us?
There you go. So I've been supplying your raid. Why are you giving me the peace sign?
I'm counting down. If it's on the schedule, I think it is, something's going to beep over there in about 2 minutes. And it's going to be really annoying. But it only does it every half hour. So
you're going to feed, I think it's the worms you're going to feed, or you're going to feed something. So you go and you grab the buckets, you jump in the water, you dump the chum in, and then a shark will come and get you, or sometimes a cavalier comes up to get you.
Sounds complicated.
It's not. And then other times you rescue them at sea, so you jump on the bridge of a boat and you attack. Now I went on the first boat I saw, which was the Horde boat.
Oh no. Did you die?
No.
Is it still sanctuary area there?
Sanctuary up there, yes, but down here you got a Horde boat and an Alliance boat, and the Vikings are attacking both of them.
The Kivaldir's Vikings?
Yeah, so I jumped on and I was just doing my fan of knives, and I guess I was tagging the Sun Reavers as well.
Are you talking to people in the podcast questions?
Maybe.
I can't mess with my Discord or it'll mess up our recording, so I can't joke.
So I was tagging Sun Reavers as well. So I realized I wasn't killing them.
Oh, you were targeting, you were hitting the Alliance, the Horde mobs?
Yeah, and they kept spawning, so I just jumped in the water, went over and went on to the other boat, which is fine. Everything dies so fast.
You think stuff dies fast for you?
Yeah, and I don't have the gear you have, yeah.
Wait till I start talking about my character.
Not
I
yet.
got some things this week.
There's another one. So have you done any of the tournament stuff ever? Like, have you gone down and killed, the groups of like 6 or 7 that walk in a V? Those captured people.
The concerted heroes?
Yeah, converted heroes.
Yeah.
So you notice the ones that are
I do
yellow
those. That's
back
the
here?
only quest I do.
So the ones that are yellow back here that won't aggro on you, just walking around, but they're not yet converted. So you also get
the one in the area where you put the barriers down or whatever?
Yeah,
for that
you
other
go up and you
quest?
pick up there's crystals on the ground. You pick them up and you free their souls.
Yeah, I feel like there's barriers or something in that area too. I don't know, but I think I know who you mean.
And then there's lots of quests.
So the converted heroes, I love them because there's packs of them, right? And they don't have like no health. So they're great. I use them as a measuring stick. So whenever I get new gear, I'll go pick up the constructed heroes quest and I'll fly down and I'll kill a pack. And how fast I kill a pack of them is how I gauge how awesome I am at the game. So, man, they die fast now. Like, disturbingly fast. I used to have to heal myself in between. They barely damage me now because they just all melt. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I pull 2 packs at a time and everything just dies.
So I use them also as a measuring stick. It's just on my...
They're a solid measuring stick.
If I get one thing wrong, if I misclick just even for 1 second, they're going to kill me. And I pull 2 packs, but I can't run over. If I aggro a pack, they slow me right down.
This is your rogue?
Yeah. They slow me right down. I can't get to the other pack.
Well, what I do is I swoop in on my flying...
There it is.
See? 4:30. Beeped. So we now have 30 minutes before it does that again. Be on your guard, on your lookout. Beware. So I swoop in on my flying mount, and I land in the middle of the pack, and I just keep going to the next pack, and they follow me. And it usually knocks me off my mount like 3/4 of the way there, and by then I can just kind of get there and pull them back.
Yeah, I still get slowed. I don't make it.
I get slowed too, but like usually I can get a good portion of the way before I get slowed too much.
See, the difference, you're a play where you can probably take more hits than I can take.
I also got the nitro boots too,
I have
which
the nitro
speeds
boots
me
as
up
well.
to just under normal run speed when I'm slowed.
Yeah. So regardless, I can't make it. They get through my leather much faster than they get through yours. So what I've done, since I had to
I don't
upgrade...
think I'm still wearing any leather. Just mail.
So what I've done, because I had to upgrade my engineering on that guy, is that I get between the 2 packs, and I drop one of my target dummies, the ones that blow up when they go and attack it.
Yeah, I've never actually made one of those. I probably should.
So I drop it right in front of them. So they come and attack it. By then I activate everything. I run into the second, and I start to pull them back, and I got them all. And
I feel like I still don't use the full array of my tools as an engineer.
No.
I did half of the raid last Sunday without sappers because I forgot to buy them before raid and I ran out. And I also noticed, because I carry around like a bunch of boxes of bombs, And when you open a box of bombs, it takes up like 2 or 3 spaces. But when it's not opened, it takes up 1. So I leave unopened boxes of bombs in my inventory. But if you don't open them, you can't use the bombs in them. So sometimes I run out of bombs. But I'm going to go... See there? I have something in my background now. So you finish talking about you, because I'm going to get to me in a minute. Because I want to talk about the things
Oh, were
I've
we
been
talking
up to.
about me? I thought it was you asked me.
You were
about
talking about... I was
crusade.
asked you what we've been doing this week, and you started talking. So I figured you've been telling us what you've been up to.
Okay.
Which you have been.
I didn't remember the order of operations.
There is no order of operations.
So, yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing all the quests there. I have about 100 marks right now. I already have the hippogriff, which is not a 310, so I just leave it in my bag.
I just realized I still haven't opened up the pet and mount tab. I haven't even looked at it. They added it with ICC, and I keep forgetting it's there.
Yeah.
I have my mount that I use on my bar, and I haven't opened up my mount tab in months.
Open up your tabs, because especially your heirloom gear. You go to characters that are wearing heirloom and click it. It'll go into your tab. And
I
you
should
can
do that, but I
delete it.
haven't done it.
Opens up some bag space. But I got the Argent Steed as well. It was a nice looking horse, and I was using it for the last little bit. But
It's just a ground mount, right?
yes. But today
I use my Winter Spring Tiger as a ground mount.
I was as well, but I like the Steed. He's armored and everything. But today, just before I came over, I had about 10 minutes to spare. He said, "What can I do in 10 minutes?" I said, I can take my rogue very quickly into a Headless Horseman. So I queued up, got a Headless Horseman, opened up the bag just for a guy here. And today, just before I came over, I got the reins of the Headless Horseman.
It's not right. I've gotten 3 helms. I've gotten the helm 3 days in a row. I've never gotten a mount from one of the holidays. I've never gotten a holiday
Keep
mount.
doing it. I hardly ever see you on, so I don't know if you're doing them every day.
I do. I have
Okay.
been. I've done the Gamma Daily and Headless Horseman at a bare minimum every day. Sometimes I do a little bit more, but I do that at a bare minimum. I haven't missed a horseman this year yet.
So,
How much longer do we have on the horseman?
so it says he leaves at 3 a.m. on November 1st, but don't forget, that is October 31st night going into November 1st. You're not going to get
so
to
we're
run him on
running out of
November
time.
1st. So you got another couple days. So yes, everybody, if you're listening to this will probably be out on. It'll probably be gone by the time you hear this.
Yeah, because I'll probably put this. I'll probably put this on Monday. We're recording Saturday. I'll probably have it posted Monday because I'm off Monday as well. So, but funny thing about the Halloween event. So the Halloween event starts like 2 weeks ago, right? What? You're done it?
This is the episode before Halloween.
Yeah.
I wanted to dress up.
Go put your costumes over there. Go put your
You're wearing
costume on.
murderers on your sweater.
No, I wanted our group costume.
We never ordered
Well,
a
we're all
group
getting into a
costume.
costume together.
Go put your skimpy jester one on.
No, thank you.
People
That's a
will like
plan
that
for
the
next
video. That
Halloween.
might get us some clicks, Sam. Might get us some clicks.
It'll get me a few clicks.
So what I was saying was I was looking at my achievements for what is this holiday called?
Halloween.
Hallowed be thy name.
That's the achievement. Is it Hallows End?
Hallow's End, yeah.
So I was looking at my achievements for Hallows End and the flimsy masks. I looked at it at the beginning, and I still needed 7 flimsy masks to finish that achievement because it's not part of the meta, so I didn't really care too much about it. But I tried to get it. So every time I've been on, every hour, I go click on a trick or treat bag and trying to finish off those last masks. So we've got 2 days, 3 days left, and I'm down to just 7 masks remaining. I've got a single one that I've gotten 83 toothpicks, but I've never gotten 83 stacks of 10 toothpicks. I've got 830 toothpicks. I just do nothing but sit around picking my teeth. But it's so annoying. I'm never going to finish that achievement because I trick or treat constantly, and I'm never going to get it. I don't have time left now. Unless I get one in every bag, but it's just so pointless.
Well, you need 7 hours out of the next 72.
No, because I've already trick or treated 24 times, and at this rate I've gotten 0. So I need an infinite number of hours to finish this achievement.
Your luck will change, my friend.
No, it won't. It
That's
really
your
won't.
fortune cookie for the day.
I'm not going to get the mount. I'm not going to get the masks. I'm not going to get anything. Just not gonna.
Okay.
Have you been doing the daily gammas?
Not every day.
Have you
But-
done some daily gammas?
Yeah.
Is the tier 10 set any good for you?
I'm going to take a look. I don't think so, but I'll check. Maybe. I don't know.
It's probably better than what you have.
Yes.
It's 245 for the base one.
100%.
No, 251 for the base one.
Well, what I have been doing, though, I've been running some dailies. I did the 3 ICC dungeons with Bob. And did Pit of Sauron and the Halls of Reflection with his rogue. So 2 rogues going through.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing I liked about doing Pit of Sauron with Bob, he's never done it, is that I got to be the one to tell him what to do. It said, okay, you're going to do this. I was just keep an eye. They might just run past these. Oh, no, we're going to be fighting them all the way up the ramp. I said, okay, this guy, we're going to have to run away. Okay, this guy, we have to get behind his boulder. I felt important for a day.
Should we remind him that we were there for that run?
With
Was
Bob?
I?
Yeah.
With Bob.
Yeah, we were all there for that, weren't we?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
No.
We did it together.
No, that was Bruce Lee.
Was it?
Bruce
Ah,
Lee
they're all
and
the same person.
Goblin or somebody. No, it wasn't
Was
with
I?
Bob.
Oh, okay.
Bob's first time doing it was the other day with me. I don't...
Because,
you guys
yeah, he
weren't
wasn't on for a few weeks.
there. Yeah, oh, yeah, he wasn't on at that time.
He got hacked.
His Discord is still hacked.
Probably. He made a new one. So
And then we did Halls of Reflection, and I said, yeah, we're going to be
I
hiding around this corner.
didn't do Halls of Reflection till yesterday.
Yeah, I said, we're going to be hiding around this corner. He's like, why are we going to do that? I said, because there's a lot of people popping up, and we want the range to come into us.
Oh, that's Halls of Reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Halls of Reflection yesterday for the first time because it took me 4 days to finish the Pit of
you
Sauron
didn't
quest.
finish that off with us. That
It
was
took
so
me
much
so
fun.
it took me so long. Well, yeah, because I had to. What did I? I had to do something.
Yeah.
I had to go to work. That's what I had to do.
I had the funniest
So-
thing happen in Halls of Reflection.
Say that in a second. But like, what I was, my problem with Halls of Reflection is you can't queue for it until you're done the quest, and it took me like 4 days to get it done because the first day, when I did it with you guys, I didn't see the quest pickup person, so I never picked it up.
You gotta. Oh yeah, the quest pickup.
Oh yeah, I have a quest to hand in.
You still need to do it. So what it does is you do the first part of the quest, then you kill the first boss and you talk to the person again. There's a quest to turn in after the first boss. I think you missed that one. And then you do the second part and you hand it in at the end. But here's the problem. Every time I do Pit of Sauron, by the time I pop into the zone, the tank's already on a mountain halfway across the zone. So they're like, oh, every tank I've done Pit of Sauron with is like, we're speed running, and he's got like 1.8k gear score, and he thinks he's the best tank in the world, and he's charged in, he's aggroed the entire zone before the rest of us are even on mounts. Like, they're just, people in Pit of Sauron are just nuts. Like, they think they're better than they are, and the last one I did, I tanked. We had a tank, but he couldn't hold aggro over me. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, you were talking
Like-
about that in the chat.
Like, it was, I think that one was a warrior. It was either a warrior or a DK. It wasn't a paladin, because if it was a paladin, I would have clicked on it and been like, are you using your Righteous Fury? Because I don't think you are. But it was a warrior, so I don't know what warriors do for aggro, but this guy wasn't doing it. Because
Is this the one where I kept dying and the healer
no,
was
you weren't.
mad?
You weren't here for that. So this one,
That was
like, you know how you've got your threat meters. Mine's up in the top left of my screen. I had like 100%, and the tank was hovering around 60, and you need to get to like 120 to take threat from somebody, or 110. I don't know how threat works, but he just couldn't. Like, so I was just like, I guess I'm the tank now. Like, I don't know, because I charge in, and this was like, I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Paladins have charge?
I run quickly in. If I use my nitro boots, I can basically charge in. So, like, I let the warrior charge in. I'm pretty sure he was a warrior tank. I let him charge in, and I even started giving him like a couple seconds to get aggro, and then I just hit my buttons, and suddenly I'm doing 15k DPS, and he doesn't have threat anymore. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just tanking now. So why was I telling that? Why was I saying that?
Well,
Yeah, because I was
getting into my
complaining
Halls
about
of
tanks in
Reflection.
Pit of Sauron. So anyways, it takes me so long because I finally, like on the third run I did, I finally picked up the quest, and I managed to free like 2 slaves before killing the first boss, and then we're done the instance, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go back. But no, we skipped stuff on the ramp up, so I couldn't go back.
See, the slaves are part of the end of that as well.
Yes,
Freeing the
I know.
slaves is kind of important.
So here's what I ended up doing. I got out of the instance. After the second time running it and not getting any slaves, I was like, why don't I just go in on normal mode and free the slaves? So I went on normal mode, killed the trash, because you can do that in normal mode, and just freed as many slaves as I needed, and then I queued the next day, and I finally managed to finish the quest.
You should.
That was the end of that story. It kind of abruptly ended, but
If only you had some friends you could play with who would let you finish quests and stuff.
well,
That'd be cool.
I let him finish. Never mind.
Sam, you're being inappropriate. Yeah, it was a busy week though. Like basically all week. This week, I've been getting on and I'm being like, okay, I want to finish my daily. I want to finish my horseman, and then I want to just relax and watch TV because I've been working evenings. So I'm getting home at like 9, 10 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything right now. I've been tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you done talking about you? Because I kind of started telling.
no.
Yeah. So you finished talking about
I'm
you.
still in the halls of reflection. So it was myself, Bruce Lee, Snot Goblin, and a few others. I don't remember who else. Sorry if you're in the guild and I don't remember you. I'll check back on the video. But
That's rude.
Was that the one Sam was still there for?
did you stay longer all the way to the end? Did you get chased by the Lich King?
No.
Okay.
She must have left when I left.
So
We had to go put someone to bed.
Did we? I thought I had to
Yeah.
go to
Yes,
work.
Yes. She left at the same time.
Okay.
But I just turned around and Lich King does the role play walk all the way to the back, right?
Yeah.
No.
And I just look around and I'm looking at him and I'm thinking something, and then Bruce Lee goes, yeah, he's got to do something a little more than the role play walk. And I looked, and the Lich King started running, and I go, he fucking heard you, man. And both of us were just howling it. That was one of the most epic laughs of that game.
Well,
That was
when I
pretty fun.
finally did Halls of Reflection yesterday, we got to that point, and then we all like kept running, waiting for him to chase us. And we get up to the first ice wall, and we're just standing there. And one of the guys is like, "Wait, were we supposed to talk to someone?" And I was like, "Oh."
You didn't activate Jaina?
So I rocket booted back and I activated her, and we did it properly. But yeah, we all got there and we are like, "Oh, phew, we made it before he even started summoning mobs." And then we're looking, nothing's happening.
I don't understand that Lich King fight because
What do you mean you don't understand?
I was running with Bob, and I looked back, and I think we had a DK tank, and the Lich King was walking. He was behind the Lich King. I'm like, that's not good, but he made it through, and he got through and right back up to us. Like,
I don't think the Lich King aggroes.
there's an area of effect behind him. It's supposed to kill you.
Oh,
You cannot be behind him. You have to be in front of him.
why was he behind him?
I don't know. He was fighting him. He went up and started fighting him when we.
So he was either being silly or had no idea what was going on.
He survived, so I'm going to go with silly, but maybe. So then after that, we went back to Forge of Souls because he pulled out his druid. And he's like, where's the quest? We went through the first 2 skeletons, and then we went up to the next pack of bosses. And
It's like right at the entrance.
yeah, so he went back, goes, oh, it's at the entrance.
Your elbow's in my screen.
That's my, no. So he runs back to the entrance, and this instance chat really sucks, by the way. So I guess when he's
It's
talking,
actually barely an inconvenience when you notice it. Like,
I haven't noticed it at all, but then I think it's because all my settings, I had no instance picked
do you have
off.
like your messages in a separate window?
On LVY, I had instances clicked off because I had no idea what they were, and now I need them.
Oh,
But anyway, Bob wasn't
that's
talking
your problem.
in it, so it wasn't my problem at this time. It was Bob's problem. So Bob was talking in party. Where's this thing? He goes, no one fucking talks. And then he went
See,
back.
that was two different things because I remember him saying that. I think that was one of the first gammas we did.
No.
Because
Is this
I
his-
remember
Did you run
remember
with his
him.
druid in Forge of Souls?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't that.
Well, then he's learned that lesson twice because he had that same problem one of the first gammas we ran. Like one of the first RDFs we ran.
So he ran back, and as he's running back, we got this thing. Somebody has initiated a vote to kick out Blazing Bob. I'm like, what? I didn't even get to click anything. It says vote's been successfully gone through. And I looked and said, are you guys serious? And then I left. And that's when you commented about the thing.
Yes,
See, I
because you
posted-
awkwardly worded it. I was
I
like,
did
"What,
awkwardly
did you not
word it."
know how this works?
No, I know how it works. know
I
how
got
it works.
booted the other day.
And then I queued. I got into an AQ.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I forgot to click save.
AQ. What's AQ?
Or not AQ. What's the first bug one?
Azul Nurub?
Yes, AN.
AZ,
That's close.
AN. I heard someone call it AZ the other day, and I didn't like it.
Are you going to pick your teeth with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I am in the shot. Am I
So-
out now?
Yes.
So
Because I don't trust you.
I was in AN, and I guess I didn't set up my macro properly. I wasn't getting my tricks off onto.
Ooh, I don't know what that was, but it tasted good.
I wasn't getting my tricks off onto the tank. I found out later that when I pasted their name, I forgot to hit save. So when I went out, and then I got one shot from behind by one of the mobs. They did like 20+K damage.
It always hurts more from behind. At least that's what Sam says.
So while I'm looking at this, I was looking at what's going on with my macro. I opened up my macros.
Well, hunters can't dodge from
It's so hard to
behind.
tell a story. So
Oh, you're still talking about the game.
I actually did quite a bit this week.
I'm listening. I just was making comments and trying to make Sam laugh. It worked.
So as I was looking at my macro and then I'm running back, so I'm going the wrong way. So I turned around and I'm heading towards the instance. I'm not going to last. I hit the instance and it ported me out. It says, you've been kicked from the group. I said, damn it, I made it. I didn't make it. It's like I kicked from the group. I hate that you can get kicked and you get I get it, the 30-minute debuff if you leave. But if somebody decides to be a cruel prick and kick you, you got a 30-minute debuff.
Yeah, but you need other people to still vote yes. You need at least 2 other people to vote yes.
But anyway, that
So
was
it can't
fine.
just be one person being annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. I absolutely understood why they did it, and I'm surprised I lasted as long as I did.
Even though, like, I remember way back doing Random Dungeon Finder, and if someone would do a vote kick, everyone would just hit yes. Like, nobody would even question it.
Yeah.
Like, you could vote, you could do a vote kick on anybody. Like, they could be, like, just an amazing player and doing nothing wrong. Halfway through an instance, you could be like, vote to kick, and then they're gone because nobody questions it. They just hit yes. Mm-hmm. So it can be kind of funny sometimes if you're the kind of person that finds that funny, which I'm totally not.
So Bob made this one big loud complaint during Pit of Sarin.
Bob was loud?
Or no,
I don't
Forge of
believe you.
Souls. Because he was tanking. Forge of Souls, he made one.
Yeah, nobody kicks in this fucking dungeon.
That's fine, Bob. I'm going around and kicking.
Did you do a vote kick? A kick vote?
No, because it was me. I was the rogue. I said it. And then he complained again. Nobody kicks it, Bob. I kicked that one twice. Thank you.
What was he playing?
He was Druid. He was
Can they
tank.
not kick? Do they
was
not get an
tanking.
interrupt?
Well, he was tanking. But they have a bash, yes.
The tank can't bash?
Like he's over here and the caster's over here.
Is it not a ranged bash?
No.
Can you not chuck your bash?
No.
What do you bash with as a bear?
Your paw.
You can chuck that. You can throw it. You throw hands. You throw hands. That's a figure of speech.
Pawlies.
You gotta throw hands.
See what I'm doing there? Pawlies.
Yeah, you're being weird.
So then I did Headless Horseman.
What's the
every
range
day.
on Pummel?
I've never played a game with him. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Never been to one of his GDKBs.
Who's that?
Oh, some guy that runs GDKPs. I was at one and it was terrible.
I thought you were talking about the ability.
He was.
And it wasn't entirely my fault.
This hurts. So what else?
Do you need a break from talking for a minute?
Maybe.
You look like you're struggling.
Well, when I coughing, it's a lot of pressure. My head feels like I've been through a boxing match. Not that I've been through a boxing match to compare, but
Yeah, I've been sick before. I know how it feels.
it's physical though. It's not like sick. It's just physical.
It's in your head, Al. It's just in your
It's
head.
all in my head. So I got through that fishing dailies and stuff. Oh, I farmed Crusader.
What are you thinking about while you're flicking that, Sam?
What am I going to do later?
I farmed Crusader
What's a Crusader?
or Crusader, the enchantment.
The enchant? Oh, that sounds
I said
like a thing to
I'm
do.
getting tired of this. Just gonna kick one more. Oh, we got it! Yay! I was trying to get fiery weapon, but it was a 44% drop rate, and I've killed the guy so many times, and I've not gotten it yet. I made so then I ran.
Oh, so
I
fiery.
ran the live Strathome, and I got enough. I made one enchant, sold it for 100 gold.
Do you want some orbs?
Well, if you're getting rid of them, sure.
I've got like
Frozen?
16 of them in my bank.
Frozen?
Are you not going to do the enchants?
Frozen?
I might. Oh, I've got frozen orbs too. Do you need frozen orbs?
No, I got a bunch of
I got
those
so
too.
many different
They're
orbs.
just sitting in my bag.
No, I can use frozen orbs just for my.
Oh, what's that?
I
daily-
can't remember what's the other
just
mat
kidding.
you need for them. Is it Crusader orbs? And I feel like it's something I don't
I
have.
think it's large brilliant.
Is it just that? Then why haven't
It's
I
only,
made them
it's
to
only
sell
two
them?
mats. Well, you need the vellum.
No, you know what? I don't think it is. It's like large radiant, or is that fiery?
Fiery has a radiant.
I don't know. I don't know why I haven't used them. I've just got a bunch in my bank. I probably should. I need to
have
focus
a
on making
bunch of
money.
radiant,
Everything. See,
I
here's the
think.
thing. Here's the thing to segue in from you farming Crusader, because you said you're selling it for like 100. Back when I was doing it, Crusader sold for like 75. The prices of everything have gotten stupid, like really stupid. Like raiding used to be like basically free. because I could go buy speed potions at like 4 gold a piece, and I could get my flasks for like 8 gold a piece, and I could do a raid for like 50 or 60 gold, and you make that much just in the raid. Speed potions are like 30 gold each now.
Yeah,
Like, it's ridiculous, and flasks are like 30 gold each. I mean, it's not that much, but like, the thing is, I'm not buying gold or running GDKPs, so I don't have enough money to spend like 500 gold every raid on consumables. It's kind of annoying. I've had to start actually paying attention to how much money I'm spending on things.
I'm trying to save up enough to get into a GDKP to just try and start boosting myself into raids. Or if I can find at least a decent group that'll take somebody as inexperienced as I am. Or if we can start something in our guild even on 10 person, that'd be great as well. But I'm up to like 16 or 17k right now.
Can I let you know, like a secret or two? Unless you're running ICC GDKPs, you don't need to, because you can get the non-heroic version of all the TOGC gear from vendors for the Scourge Stones now. The Defiler's
Scourge.
the
Of the
Defiler
what?
Stones. The Defiler Stones. At least most of it. There's a bunch of stuff you can get. Like, you could get a Death's Verdict. Death's Curse? What's the Horde one called? Everybody calls it the
His
wrong
Verdict.
thing. Death's Verdict is that the Horde? Is that the Horde one or the Alliance one?
So it's Alliance.
Okay.
I know
So
because
you-
it's in my vendor.
you can get that. You can get
Runestone?
do VOA 25 for a shot at getting like tier 10 pieces, and some of the raids might still kill the TOGC version as well. So that's a weekly thing.
So I don't need to pay into a GDKP.
You don't really need to, unless, like I said, unless you're doing ICC. Everything you need, you can get from Defiler Stones and VOA and stuff like that.
See,
Like, you can gear yourself up. Probably, I'm trying to think what the item levels are. You could get well over 5k gear score just from doing gammas.
yeah. See, here's the thing, is that you know my comfort level with doing things without friends is really, really.
But that's the beauty of Random Dungeon Finder. We'll never see these people again. It doesn't matter. Like, if you get kicked, you get kicked. Whatever. Go, like, get a drink and take a 10-minute break. Like, because you never get kicked right at the beginning. You always have to suck for at least 10 minutes. So it's not a full 30-minute timer.
The 2 kicks I've seen have been at the very beginning.
Who gets kicked at the very beginning?
Blazing Bob and myself.
How? Like, how? What did he get? I wasn't listening. How did he get kicked that early?
He ran back to get the quest.
And they kicked him for that? That's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway,
I hit my mic stand. But
Anyway,
yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, Ranch and Dungeon I can't say it. RDF is perfect for you because it doesn't matter how much you suck. You're never going to see these people again.
you see, folks, if you let me finish.
I was mid-sentence, and you were in the process of cutting me off, so I recut. It was a Uno reverse cut.
Were we not still talking about what I was doing this week?
Yeah,
You're
but I
still
was
going.
offering helpful information, which you
I am-
paused and were listening to. But then midway through my helpful information, you started talking again, and I just kind of pushed through and finished my sentence.
I am random dungeon finding on my own.
You know how to do that?
Frost
I've always-
emblems.
I've always
Frost
known how to
emblems
do
can
it.
get you some really good gear too.
I've gotten Mjolnir Runestone. So,
Is that good for you? That's armor pen, right?
I don't remember.
I'm assuming it's good for you.
Bob
are you
directed it
are you
towards
sticking
me.
with combat? That's the other question.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
are you
going
going
to.
be
I'm
an
not.
ass?
I'm not going to change anything.
An ass rogue.
I'll just stay the way I am because I gotta figure something out. So what I was saying, my comfort level with going with not at least in a GDKP, if I go in as a buyer, I'm expected to suck to some degree, and I can start to learn.
You're expected to not wipe the raid though as well. So,
Well, I got to start somewhere.
but the thing is, if you're doing like TOGC GDKPs, it's so easy. You don't really have to worry about it. Like, it's such an easy raid. And I wonder, you know what? The stuff might be cheap now because you can get so much of it from vendors. Like, you might be able to do it at like a decent cost.
Yeah, I just wanted to get my foot in the door. Eventually, try some kind of ICC version somewhere. Even if we just get enough people in our guild to do a 10-person.
No, never mind. I was gonna be like, if you could commit to Saturday and Sunday, try and get in with us, but like you don't want to commit to raids
I can't.
because we've been having roster shortages.
But the thing is, well, I mean, I'll always know in advance. It's just if they're expecting me every single week, I may not be able to do every single week
Yeah.
because of my work schedule. It will change every week.
They expect you to be somewhat consistent and to learn the fights and to not suck is really all they really expect.
See, here's the thing, and you saw it with USCS, is that it takes me a while, but once I got it, I am okay.
As long as it doesn't involve strafing.
I'm a little bit better at strafing now, just a little bit.
Or if it's not high stress.
Or if it's not high stress.
Well,
Well,
the
it's
high
not,
stress,
though.
the
But
high
it's
st-
Al.
I don't find rating high stress.
this coming from Sam is a big insult.
Is it?
Yes,
Sam, no, there's a difference. Sam doesn't stress. She loses interest. As soon as something gets difficult, she's like, it's TikTok. And she just stops paying attention.
I do not have TikTok open right now.
as she closes her phone. So, no, the stress that I got, I didn't stress so much for raid. It's eventually a war on me, and the constant farming. I mean, level 60 rating is a completely different beast than
that
what
was
level,
vanilla rating, though.
Level 60 rating is a completely different beast than what level 80 rating.
Yeah, the farming is so different. Like I say, like I complain, like, oh, I have to farm gold now. It's because I don't want to spend all of my gold. I could, with the amount of gold I have right now, and I don't have a lot, I could raid to the end of Wrath of the Lich King and not run out. I just don't
Can I
want
have
to
some?
dip into my supplies. You have gold. You
Not
just
as much
need. You
as
just
you.
need. You don't log on to your character.
I do not. I'm trying to, but
You might be losing gold if you don't log on to your character.
really?
If it's in your mail.
No.
But
Why would you mail gold? Doesn't
I
even
should
take up
just,
egg space.
Just look at my schedule every week and maybe just throw it out there and see if I can get a weekly raid. It might not always be the same night. But lately I've seen Snot Goblin, Bruce Lee, the new guy that pulled over from Hardcore Slaz. He logs in. He's still down at lower levels, but if he gets up to the top, we just need some more 60s to get in for some rating.
80s.
I'm 80.
80s.
Like I've said so many times, if we can get a 10-man together, I'm there. Like I'll do it.
Oh, Josh won't come.
I will if I'm not at work
Except
or
for Saturday
already
and
rating
Sunday.
something.
Exactly. So it's all based on when we can all get together.
Yeah,
And
which is
it's-
kind of difficult.
The only times Josh is available to write are Saturdays and Sundays.
I'm always available Friday evenings.
It's just I'm not. So
Yeah,
it'll
we'll
just be
figure
a-
something out eventually.
It'll just be a matter of, okay, this week we'll try it on a Friday.
You know
This
what-
week we'll try it on a Wednesday. This week we'll try it on a Thursday.
You know what they need to do? And hear me out here. Because there are people like you who have trouble committing to raid schedules, right? And you want to experience the raids and you want to get some gear. They should add some variation of random dungeon finder in, but for raids.
I agree.
Like so that you can just queue up, get into a raid real quick. Maybe even because it's just a bunch of pugs. Maybe even dumb the difficulty level down a little bit.
I thought you were being
dumb the item
facetious.
levels
You just
down a
called me
little
dumb.
bit.
No. I thought you were being facetious because there is a place where people can list their raids.
No, I mean like a
But you're talking about random raid
like a random
finder.
raid finder,
Yeah.
like a looking for raid kind of tool. Oh, there's
It's been a half an hour already.
It's been a half an hour.
Yeah.
So like some kind of looking
No,
for
'cause-
raid tool. Like they should develop something like that, stick it in the game, so that people
so
who
creative
can't,
so we can be millionaires.
No, Kata has it.
No.
It's in Kata. So when Kata released, it's exactly
it already
what they did.
exists and people hate it
Oh,
for no reason.
It doesn't affect them. I wish they would just get over it and move on.
It's silly. You know what? One of the reasons I've heard is because the min-maxer guilds, it's technically better gear like week 1, so they have to do it. And they whine about it. But the thing is, it just allows people who suck to raid occasionally. Which isn't, there's no crime in that. There's no harm. There's no harm in letting Al like poke the Lich King a little bit. Let him jump on the loot ship.
Oh, I killed Deathwing. Come on now.
We all did.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know.
But yeah, there's no harm in that. So what else you been up to? You still talking about you?
Well, I turned on the thing and I said, "Oh, Bob just started his streaming. What's he streaming?" And he was doing a podcast, and it was what's the name of that guy that leads China?
What?
Chow Yun Fat.
Oh, Kim Jong Un.
yeah. So Kim Jong Un, or however you say his name was.
The guild treasurer.
He was in the podcast, and Classic Go was there. And
Wait, what? Really? The real dude?
There's a guy in our guild named Kim Jong like OOM out of Mana.
Oh.
It's like a pun, and he's the money master. He can make gold appear out of thin air. He has millions and millions of characters, all with maxed out guild.
I went out.
He's shared his secrets on their podcast before.
Yeah, I went out and I farmed some stuff, and I put some speed pots up. I put some wild magic.
Now's the time to farm and sell speed pots because holy crap!
Well, I've got the friggin'.
I almost didn't. I almost
got the
didn't.
pygmy oil.
I almost didn't get my speed pots last raid because when I went to buy them, like I don't know if there's a shortage and that's why they're expensive or what. But I went to buy my speed pots before ICC last Sunday, and there was like 12. Like I bought, like there was like 12 for like a reasonable price, and when I say a reasonable price, I mean like 5 times what they should cost.
How many do you use each raid?
Several. Like I use 1 to 2 each boss pull, and that includes wipes. Like I usually pre-pot and then use another one, unless we wipe super fast, or unless it's a boss you can't pre-pot on, or like loot ship, which I just don't use anything on because why bother?
Why can't you pre-pot on some bosses?
Well, some bosses have like an engagement time. Like Syndragosa, for example, when you aggro the boss, you enter combat. So if you use a potion after you've entered combat, your timer won't reset during the fight. You have to use it before you enter combat. And there's like a 15-second delay after you enter combat before you engage the boss. So it's completely pointless to pre-pot.
So it's like you didn't even pre-pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Like, and there was a couple. There's other fights like that, but that's the one I can think of off the top of my head. But I went to buy them, and I bought like a bunch. Luckily, I already had some because if I was completely out, I wouldn't have been able to buy enough because there was like the list of them for the reasonable price. And then there was a handful for like 75 gold each. And then there was, of course, the 5 or 10 at the end that are at 7,000 gold buyouts trying to trick people into buying them.
Does that work?
It has to work sometimes because people still do it.
I might try that.
I actually got that to work in EverQuest. I have to tell this story. It's going to be short. I know Bob's going to stop listening. Bob, stop listening for 4 minutes because I'm going to briefly talk about EverQuest, and I know how you feel about it. So in EverQuest, they've got the Chrono, which is basically like the EQ version of the WoW token, only it's tradable. You can sell it to other people. So what I did is, how did I do it? I got to get the numbers right. So basically what I did is they were selling for like, I'm going to make up numbers because I can't remember the exact numbers. Say they were selling for like 500,000, right? Oh, no, I was buying them. That's what I was doing. So yeah, they were selling. So people were listing them on the Bazaar, which is the EQ version of the auction house. People were selling them on. So people were listing, again, I'm making up the numbers because I don't remember the exact numbers at the time.
Nobody's going to verify. Just tell the story.
But people were listing the Chrono on the Bazaar for 50,000 platinum, right? And you've got two systems. You've got the Bazaar where you can list things to sell, and you've got another part of the Bazaar where you can list, like you can put up like buys. Mm-hmm. So if people are selling them for 50,000, I can then go over here and say I want to buy them and put in my price at like 52,000. Like I want to outbid people because I want some of these now. So I had the fun idea. I was like, I'm going to set up a trader. And I'm going to go set up a buy for Chrono, but instead of 52,000 platinum, I'm going to put 51 platinum and 99 gold, or 9 gold, 9 silver, 9 copper. So it looks like 51,999. So it looks like I've got it up for 51,999 platinum, which is like 1,000 or 2 more than the normal. So if someone wants to sell them, they want to sell them to me instead of list them on the Bazaar for a little bit less. And I put that up, and I put like a few thousand gold on this like dummy character. I didn't use my main character because I didn't want to like get banned or something. So I used like one of my accounts that I don't use very often, and I listed the buy up. And I was like, nobody's going to be stupid enough to do this because I had seen like other people like try and do similar stuff. So I was like, I got to at least try this, right? And give it a try, see if it works. So I listed it up, and then I log on to another character, and I'm just playing. And every once in a while, because you can check the Bazaar from anywhere in the world, So I'm just playing and like grinding some experience on my other characters, and I'm like, oh, I'll check my listing and see. And I had bought like 5 of them. I was like, oh shoot, it actually worked. So I went and I took the trader down, and basically I got like 5 free months of play for like, I don't know, nothing. Yeah, it was.
Now, why would you get banned for that? Because you're not.
Because you're being like deliberately deceptive.
That's their
I know
system.
it's a buyer beware, but I think they can take action on you for that. I don't know. I mean, my argument would be I clearly listed my price.
But
And
that's
they can
just-
be like,
that's
yeah,
just it.
but you did it in a way that's trying to trick people.
Is there another way you could list that price without listing it like that?
Would you like list the super low price?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, playing devil's advocate in not my favor, I would say that if I was trying to list it honestly, I would have just listed it at 52 platinum instead of 51,999 because it looks like a higher number than it is. I'm not saying that I did anything wrong. I'm just saying that I almost felt guilty for a second because I took somebody's chrono. So, but people have so much of it on that game. It's fine. But like it's basically the same idea as the WoW trick where you list something for a ridiculously high price hoping someone will buy it by accident.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do they ban people for that? I've never tried it because
I mean, it's there. If you have an add-on, it's in red.
yeah,
It's-
I mean, I don't use the add-on though. I just go click. I've almost done it before. I mean, I wouldn't say almost.
It might be an attempt. It's deceiving, I guess, but it's there.
It is deceptive.
You can see it.
It's deceptive, but it's also completely upfront and out in the open.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying I'm selling it for 7 gold
Caveat emptor.
and then I like somehow sneakily steal extra. Like it's out in the open. It's just fine print. It's not even that fine. It's the same size print as the rest of the numbers. But that's beside. What am I complaining about?
So-
Speed potions. Yeah,
so
now is the
before-
time for you to farm and sell speed potions because they're stupid expensive. Is where I was going with that.
Now, during this same podcast, Classic Go subscribed for his 13th month. And he did a little, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but I guess he put some bits in or something. And you can have something play your sentence in voice.
Oh, the text to voice. I hate that so much.
Well, no, but he did it. And when I wasn't even looking, and all of a sudden I heard, it's pronounced Scourge. And I was like, I looked over and I laughed, said, did you get that from the video or the pod? So he's watching our videos.
People
I did.
watch the videos?
The
I
Classic
don't believe
Go.
it.
Oh,
I said I didn't realize that I was being watched. He goes, I got my eye on you. But no, he said Scourge.
he's got a thing for you.
I sent that over to you. I put it in the chat, and then I put the little video that he was watching. You guys probably don't watch anything I send.
I
even
do.
even a
I
1 minute
do
clip.
sometimes, but as I have said in the past,
You
and I
post
know
so
I know
much.
this doesn't count because I'm
This?
not a part of this news thing. This was just you,
This?
so I realize
Yeah.
that doesn't count. But if you post a clip that I'm in, I'm very unlikely to watch it because I was there.
No, this is my video.
I know that's I literally
I
just
add-
said I know it doesn't apply to this.
I add
I'm just
things.
I'm saying there's a
So-
lot of stuff. If you post something from our podcast when we're all in it, I'm unlikely to watch it because I was there.
Yeah, I enter nice things into the videos. I don't make the video just straightly us talking. I listen to it as we go and I say, oh, what can I do here? This. What can I do here? This. I'm like, okay. I play with the podcast when I make
Sam's
a
trying to
video.
talk and she hasn't talked
So
yet.
when I'm on YouTube and I go to the YouTube Shorts and I'm just scrolling, I'm scrolling,
We get the point.
and then Mere Casual pops up. Why is it just your face and us talking?
Well, it
Where's our
depends.
faces?
See, that's the issue with the shorts.
It has to zoom in on something, and he chose the least attractive one because he doesn't want to gain more
I'm
subscribers.
trying to. Some of them are you. It depends on what the short is. If I'm talking, I'm there. You don't talk a lot. Sorry.
Say some things, Sam.
I just did. I asked a question.
Well, and you'll be a short with that very question because I'll have your voice.
Oh, you're going to be
if-
famous, Sam.
If both of us are talking, I sometimes move it over so that like Josh is up here and I'm down here. The only other way I could do it is if I made a completely separate, like 2 or 3 different videos where I just overlapped us. But I'd have so many videos.
Do you make them on your phone or your computer?
You have to do it on your phone. Can
Oh,
I
the
throw?
shorts,
Can I throw?
yes.
Can I throw a hot take out here? YouTube Shorts suck.
Yeah.
It's a terrible system. It's a pain in the butt.
It just
You can't do it from your computer. You have to do it on your phone in the app.
Yeah, and you only
have to zoom in on some
1/3
stupid
of the
small
video.
area.
This is because like we are the two up here and the one down here. I have to focus it.
It is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Okay.
I can try. I mean, I can cut us down when I'm doing the video where we're just heads, and I can put other things around us.
The fact that you have to do that, though, is annoying.
I don't put just what you have all the time. I try to have a little bit of fun with it.
Oh, so
I
what
don't know
I
if-
do isn't fun. I see how it is.
No, what you do is fun. You see what I did here, and this is my first try. I've made
I
a
can't
better
see your
background.
screen. You don't need to turn it that because I don't.
Well, it's the news.
I saw the screenshot of it. I saw what you did. I got the idea, and I was like, "That's cool." I get what I need from that one frame.
So I turned on my computers and took some pictures, which are not on here. So instead of me just erasing the screens on the computers and then green screening it, I just put a big green screen on each of my computers and took a picture. So now I actually have green screens there. So I have 3 different computers, different angles, so I can even change the angles of the video. So, I mean, it's a little bit fun. I want to play with our videos. They're fun to play with.
Videos are fun to make. I wish I had more time to do stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's,
I hate having a job.
I'm sure I
What?
could
Did you
pick-
check our lottery ticket?
Yeah,
And?
we didn't win anything.
Oh.
We didn't even get a free ticket. It's just a big waste of money.
So
so
I mean,
let's-
I could pick a few things apart, but I'll say I'm done with what I've done this week. So I just want to show you guys.
That is a horse. What about it? Oh, that's the horseman horse.
Yeah.
Fun. I don't care about your stupid horse. I don't have a horse.
It's a horse, of course.
So, Sam,
Jealous.
you haven't played much this week, but you did
No.
play the week before. How did you enjoy the game as we did? Did you have fun?
Don't even remember.
Did you get back into the game a little bit?
Those ICC
The urge to
dungeons
play more?
are amazing.
No.
Have you been playing your low level guy that we're going to
No.
random dungeon finder level?
No.
Do you want to?
Josh, you told me to make a paladin because you'd help me play it.
Yeah.
I have not once played that paladin with you in the
We
room.
have been on separate work schedules all week.
This is the week I didn't play.
I can put Crusader
I
on your
played-
weapons.
The week I played, we were the same,
Yeah,
but you didn't help me.
because you were just making it. I was like, get a few levels and then I'll join you. Because
You
you
never
were
joined me.
you were just doing the rested experience, the rested XP. It's not rested
That I
experience.
don't like.
Well, you just don't like the fact that it wouldn't send you to Westfall.
It will send you to Westfall.
What?
Just go into West.
It
I wanna-
No,
I
we
wanna-
couldn't get it to let her do Westfall. It was kind of annoying. It didn't want her to do Westfall.
Show me where Westfall is.
It's in Eastern Kingdoms.
No, on rested, it wasn't there.
I know. So
Hold on, let me get to the character.
But
No,
as
no.
I said, when
Oh,
I'm using
ooh, nice
rested,
helm.
I follow it for a while. But then if I want to go like duck off the path and do something else, I do.
see, when I went into Westfall, I changed everything. It sent me to Westfall.
It did that for me in hardcore.
Oh, I was in hardcore too.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It's definitely in the hardcore survival guide, but it wasn't showing up in the 1 to 80 Wrath one. So I don't know. We'll look into that at a later time. I wonder. Oh no, it's a different. You can't use the classic one. It's a different version of the game
Yeah.
because the hardcore version of Rested was great. You like my character?
His eyes are glowing.
Oh, I wasn't in an inn.
Oh,
Stupid.
Sam.
I would love to have some video of you folks playing, by the way.
I have tons of video of me playing hardcore.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Death Clip.
I know.
But
I
just
should-
stuff
I keep
where I can
meaning
piece
to-
together some more intros.
Yeah, I keep meaning to record. I want to do some. If I remember this week, and by this week I mean in 2 hours and 45 minutes, I will record my raid because I keep meaning to do some screen caps of the raids because I think they look cool. But yeah, I want to talk about my paladin for a little bit because doesn't he look cool?
Hold on a sec. So, Josh,
What
have you done in WoW this week?
What have I done in the last 2 weeks or just this
We'll
week?
go with the last 2 weeks. I was gonna edit that last 2 weeks.
So I've been doing the ICC. Haven't killed a Lich King yet. We've been kind of progressing, taking it slow. We're not going over our raid times for the weekends. We're not keeping people super late. So we're making our way through. We've got a few heroics down. We've gotten some loot. I've been getting my badges, and I probably could have gotten it earlier, but I got my 2-piece set for my tier 10 because I wanted to get the shoulders and the legs first because those were the first two pieces I wanted to replace. Could have gotten sooner if I got the gloves, but my BIS list says that that's the piece that I'm not going to get. I get a different piece off another boss for my gloves, so I didn't want to like spend the tokens twice. So I got the legs. I saved up for the legs. Now I'm working my way up. After tonight, I'll have enough emblems for the new relic, Libram, whatever they're called. Librams for paladins. But I also, last raid, I got a tiny abomination in a jar. Not the heroic
What does
version.
that do?
I've
So-
heard of that.
Not the heroic version, but the non-heroic version. And here's the thing with it. They are like so ridiculously overpowered for paladins. Better than any other class. Because what they do, Sam, because you asked the question, is not every action, but there's a list of actions that can proc the effect on the tiny abomination in a jar. And the effect gives you 1 mote of anger. And once you get, I can't remember if it's 7 or 10, but there's an amount of motes of anger. When you hit that many, it deals like X% of your weapon damage as a bonus hit. Right? So with most classes, it goes off on like your auto attacks and some of your abilities and whatever. But with paladins, it goes off on literally everything. Like it is nuts how many different things can proc motes of anger. Like there's a whole video I watched that this guy, I forget his name, that does paladin videos. He did a whole video breaking down the different things that that paladins can proc motes of anger on, and like it procs on all of your hits, like all of my like extra instant hits. I'm pretty sure it procs on like Seal of Vengeance dot ticks as well. If I'm fighting anything in a cleave fight and I Divine Storm, it can proc on every different hit that goes off. Like it's ridiculous. Like the first fight I got it for, like I hadn't even really worked on my rotation to optimize it or anything yet. Just the first fight I did, it was instantly just the procs from it was doing like 6% of my total overall damage.
Nice.
Like it did a lot of damage. Like I was surprised. And so I got that, and that's just the normal version. That's not even the heroic version. But the raid leader, because it's so just stupidly powerful with paladins, the raid leader was like, okay, we're prioing the normal version to the ret paladin, and if the heroic version drops, it's also getting prioed to the ret paladin because it's just so good. And
So if that dropped, you would have gotten both?
well, it can't drop in the same raid because it's just
Oh.
it's off the same boss, but the
Oh.
heroic version. And we didn't quite have our coordination down. I think it's Festergut or Rot Face. I think it's Festergut because we killed Rot Face heroic.
Good news, everybody.
Is that what he says?
I don't know. Isn't he in the wing with the mad scientist?
Yes. Putricide.
Yeah.
Oh no, it drops off Putricide. That's who it drops off of. Pretty sure. Yeah, because we couldn't quite get him down because there's like an extra mechanic on the heroic Putricide fight that's just a huge
Gnome or
pain.
goblin?
I don't know. I think goblin because it explodes. An extra mechanic on that fight that we just couldn't get over the hump on. Which it would have been so sweet if we downed it heroic and I got the heroic version of the tiny abomination, but I didn't. So I got that, and then I also got my 2-piece.
Like, what is it, a trinket?
It's a trinket. It's a trinket with like 85 hit rating, which I don't even need hit rating. And it doesn't even matter because I replaced dark matter, which is like 241 attack power, and chance on hit increases my crit by like 15%. Like really good trinket. Even taking that away and adding hit, which is a wasted stat, it still bumped my DPS up.
Nice.
Like it's that good. Like you'd think like I was iffy putting it on because I know it's good. And I've read the stuff, I've watched the videos, I know in my head that it's better, but seeing my stats go down and get replaced by like a dead stat, it's like, ugh, it feels weird. But then you look at the details after the fight and you're like, oh, wow, like that's doing a lot. So I got that.
So that was good news, everybody.
It was good news. Oh, it's a good train. Like there was no, like I wasn't like, oh, I don't know if I want this. I knew I wanted it because I looked at the numbers ahead of time. I know it's better. It's one of those things where the initial eye test kind of fools you a little bit.
So we would work on a rogue as well.
it would work, but not as good.
No, I know. I'm just
Because
saying
because that's why it's so good for paladins, because every second there's like 10 things a paladin does that can trigger the effect, or like every 5 seconds or whatever. Like every X amount of time there's like 10 things a paladin does that can trigger it. With a rogue there's like 6 or 7. So like it's still good. Like it's still like a top tier trinket for most melee DPS, but there's like a list of things that can proc the motes, and the thing is there's no I don't think there's an internal I don't think there's an internal cooldown on the proc. So basically the more you can proc the motes, the more it's going to go off.
Nice.
So you want to optimize whoever gets the most mote procs is who's going to get the most effect out of the trinket. So I mean it's good for everybody, but it's really good for paladins because like I feel like they messed up and accidentally gave us way too much stuff at Proxon. And I also got the 2-piece set and I've been waiting for this, the tier 10 2-piece. I've been waiting for this for so long because I knew it was coming. So what it does is on my white melee swings, just my normal melee, I have a 40% chance to reset the cooldown on Divine Storm. So
Okay.
Divine Storm is my ability that hits up to 4 targets. It does. I don't remember the numbers. I should know the numbers. I'm just going to look. Because I want to say it's like 110% weapon damage plus holy, etc., etc. I'm just going to look. But anyways, it has a 40% chance to reset the cooldown on this ability that's normally like a 9-second cooldown. And it's like one of our best like damage spam abilities. Especially on a fight that has any cleave whatsoever. Because you can hit everything like indefinitely. And I was like, how often do I actually swing my weapon? Like I know that like 45% of my damage is like melee, just straight up meleeing damage, so I know it's a lot. But man, it resets, like it goes off constantly. Like I'm just between the motes of anger going off and my Divine Storm resetting on cooldown. Like it's ridiculous. Like I haven't used it in raid yet because I didn't get it until Wednesday because I had my frost emblems all timed out, and I was like, okay, if I do the gamma daily and the horseman every day, I get 7 of those a day, and I get 10 from the raid once a week, like the raid quest, and I get X number from doing ICC and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, if I do all the things, I can get it on Wednesday, and I got enough on Wednesday. And I was tired after I finished my gammas on Wednesday, so I didn't buy it till Thursday. But then I did some gamma dungeons. I was wrong. It's not a 9-second cooldown. It's a 10-second cooldown, which basically reduces down to like a global cooldown worth of cooldown because it resets so often with this set bonus.
Nice.
And it just I ran some gamma dungeons with it, and like in dungeons you're pulling packs, right? So I'm just able to spam basically whirlwind. Like you've played a warrior, right? Yeah. Imagine playing a warrior, but you can use whirlwind every second. Like just whirlwind. Yeah, it's you get dizzy. Like I don't have to spin with mine, but like it's a ridiculous amount of damage. Like it's crazy. I went in the most recent one I did. I've still got the final boss numbers up there. I was in with a Fury Warrior who had like my gear score is like 5745 or something like that. His gear score was like 5890, and he's a Fury Warrior, so they're supposed to be like top tier DPS this phase. I was like DPSing him out significantly for most of the fights. Like it was Halls of Reflection. That's what it was. It was Halls of Reflection. They were pulling the packs around the corner there, and then I was just like everything just, oh, it's crazy. Because I get a damage bonus because it's undead. Stuff's critting. The set piece I got for my legs, it gave me an extra 110 expertise that I didn't have before. So I can drop my my expertise glyph, which I haven't done yet, and replace it with another glyph to get even more damage. I'm looking forward to raid tonight because I just wanna go nuts and see what I can do with this new trinket and the new set bonus.
You wanna go nuts?
It's gonna be,
let's go nuts.
Especially on because when you go into the zone, there's a bunch of trash before the first boss, and they pull like big packs of this trash. I just want to go wild on this trash. Like it's with Divine Storm going off constantly, It's going to be proccing so many motes of anger. That's going to be going off constantly. Like, just, it's going to be... I'm excited about my Paladin in ICC because it just does so much damage. And I don't even have that much good gear yet. I'm still using an Alduar weapon. I still need a weapon upgrade. Like, all of this stuff works off of like percentages of weapon damage. The motes of anger I forget what the effect is when it uses it, but the thing that spends my motes of anger, that's a percentage of weapon damage. Divine Storm's a percentage of weapon damage. I'm gonna get my Crusader Strike Libram soon, which Crusader Strike's a percentage of damage, and every time I use it, I gain like 40 strength or something. From this Libram, it stacks like 5 times. Like, I'm gonna have like extra strength. Like, it's just, and I'm gonna get my revered ring. Like, I'm almost revered, so I'm gonna get my ring upgrade like really quick. I want the exalted one so bad, but I'm not there yet.
The revered one is the unstoppable.
Yes, it's not the greater one. It's the lesser but better. But
it's unstoppable.
Yeah, it is.
If I'm not mistaken.
It might be. That sounds right. What's the top one? I don't remember. It's not important.
Oh no, I think unstoppable is that because it's unmatched before. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be unmatched. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, using that combo of stuff, like just going into dungeons, I like out DPS everybody, and it's not even close.
You should stream your raid.
I could, but the thing is, I don't like talking during raid because I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. Like, I didn't do ICC way back, so this is all like my first ICC experience. So like when I'm raiding, I'm focused, and I don't want to have to pay attention to a stream. I'll record it. I'm gonna try and remember to record it.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure
like,
Bob will stream it tonight.
Probably, if he's there.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of iffy these days. He's constantly getting hacked. Yeah, he should be there. I hope we have enough people because we were short last week. We did like the whole thing with like 22 people. Because so that was almost a tragedy. I luckily looked over. Audacity just out of nowhere stopped recording. But luckily, like, we lost like 45 seconds. If that had done that,
because funny 45 seconds.
It was because I was like, we did the last raid with 22 people, and I was like, we need more good people.
No,
and
you said more people.
We need more people, and then I said good people. Sam looked at Al after I said more people, and then immediately looked away after I said good people. It was a funny moment. It'll be on the video. The video captured it.
Yeah, but did it get sound?
No, I have the mic input going into the video recording as well.
I'll play the video after, or I'll play the video during this little side cap.
Also, are we really only at an hour and a half? It feels like we've been talking for longer. Maybe because it's been such a long day. It has been a long day.
Living in Reseda.
I don't know that song. So yeah, that's my Paladin excitement. It's what?
Tom Petty, I think.
Yeah, I've never been a huge Tom Petty song.
Yeah.
Fan. Never been a huge Tom Petty fan.
I was trying to figure out. I was going to change my druid over into a caster, Boomkin.
Are you still going to? Because I got a BOE.
I don't know.
I got a BOE epic that's leather caster with some hit on it.
Are you wearing a mask?
Right now?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, probably. Yeah, I'm a leper gnome. Oh, I should now trick or treat after.
So the reason is after Bob was done his podcast, he rated Table Slam.
Is that part of ICC?
Table Slam. His
I know what
Twitch,
you. I know.
yeah.
What you, yeah.
And I was going to go to bed, but then I just started talking, and I ended up with Table Slam for like close to 3 more hours. And he was showing me some druid stuff. And
is he feral? He's
yes.
feral, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's been on the Bobcast before.
Yeah, he's horde apparently. So he was going up to me. No, you want to do this? You want to do that? And I'm like, okay. So I got to practice. But you know,
do some dummy work. Is that who Bob got to sit down and coach him when he started being feral?
That is.
They like had a sit down training session.
Yep.
Which I was like, yeah, you're trying real hard. I just read some stuff and figure it out on my own. Yeah. I feel like I've figured Paladin out, but I have to adjust my rotation because I
You
have.
got to get your little
I gotta
abomination
get.
out there.
I gotta get my abominations are going, but it's more my set bonus because I got to account for the fact that I'm using Divine Storm, like instead of once every 10 seconds, like 4 or 5 times every 10 seconds.
You're making me sick.
So I might have to. I need to figure out what I need to drop. Like, do I drop priority on consecration? Probably
Yes.
on single target. I would. Do I want to drop
Yeah, why would
priority
you
on
consecrate-
exorcism?
Why would you consecrate? I don't know much about Paladin, but why would you consecrate a single target?
Because if I have an open global cooldown and nothing else to click, then consecration gives me like 1,000 damage per tick over the next 8 ticks, and it is 8,000 free damage when I would have just been sitting there waiting for something to come off global cooldown. It's free extra damage, and if you time now prior
I'm not tired, folks. He's talking about Paladin again.
you asked a question prior to the tier 10 2-piece set, there was enough gaps where if you plan your rotation
Big gaps
a
in your
little
tier
bit,
2 piece.
yeah, if you plan your rotation a little bit,
Never tell
you
that
can
to a
keep,
rogue.
you can keep, because they expose those gaps in your armor. If you plan your rotation a bit, you can keep like almost 100% uptime on consecration.
Apparently, I should have been using exposed armor.
But the thing is do I want to drop priority on that? Do I want to drop like judgment down on the priority list? Do I want to drop exorcism? Because
You
it
should.
always crits on undead. I need to figure out what I need to drop.
You should drop priority on both and see which one's better.
Well, that's what I was. Well, someone has to have done the work on this. I need to find the guy and watch a video and see if he's figured this out because I don't want to figure it out myself. I mean, I could do some sims because I've got the sims, and you guys can. This is important stuff. This is World of Warcraft content. I'm not sitting here talking about The Office. I'm talking about stuff that's relevant that at least 4 of our listeners care about.
No, I'm tired, so don't take
So
it
am
to
I.
heart. man.
I'm exhausted.
Don't take
I'm
it
just
to heart.
pretending to have energy right now. I want this to end soon so I can get something to eat and lay on the couch before raid.
We still have news and podcast questions to get through.
I know. Oh man. So I'm gonna finish this quickly. What was I saying?
Really good at that.
I was
Oh yeah,
trying-
like I can run some sims. It would be probably easy to. Every time I start talking, he coughs. This is intentional. This is an attack at this point. I can run some sims because you can choose your rotation, and I might tweak the rotation and see what does more. Because depending on what I drop on priority will affect what glyph I swap in for my Seal of Command, Seal of Vengeance glyph. Because I have so much expertise now, I don't need the extra 10 expertise from the glyph. Because you need 26... Is it 26 expertise I think you need? With the glyph, I'm at 41 right now. So, like, I'm over even without the glyph.
I might be wrong, but I feel like it's 28 unless we have different expertises.
We probably do. I don't know. I have to look at it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I feel like it's 26. 26 is the number that pops into my head. It's basically, I think it's 6.5%. So whatever gives you 6.5%. But whatever. So do we want to do...
Pause
do
for
you
news
have
intro.
some...
It's time for the news.
What?
She said pause for news intro.
Pause for news intro. Do we want to do news?
I thought we were just moving on.
Well, I was trying to, but you like jumped into mid-sentence. I didn't say you could speak.
She just reached over and hit the accelerator.
Yeah. So do we have news? You said there wasn't much, right?
Well, let's pull together what we did because even Bob just talked about this yesterday, so we're not really that far behind. Actually, something that Bob keeps rubbing us on and all the other podcasters is the
Bob
fact.
rubbing you?
Yep. So this is from our friends over at Warcraft Reloaded informing us that we're not informing enough people. But apparently the virtual BlizzCon 2023 ticket you can get for free. So you can have a virtual BlizzCon ticket for free. So check that out, people. If you can't go, you don't have to pay. You can live stream it free of charge, November 3 to 4.
So we've been instructed by our podcasting superiors to push BlizzCon.
No,
I can't do any of the virtual BlizzCon stuff
then don't.
because I'm going to be out of town visiting somebody who doesn't have internet access.
So, following the live show, you'll also be able to watch BlizzCon 2023 as video on demand on your own schedule.
Well, whoop-de-doo. I guess I'll watch it then.
Okay.
I also have enough data that I could probably just watch it without internet. So.
Yeah.
Although we're in the middle of nowhere, I don't know what the signal's like out there.
We don't have to go.
Yes, we do. You already committed us, Sam.
So the first thing I had and I added an appendix to my news
Second thing, because we added the BlizzCon stuff because we were instructed to.
Well, I did speak in past tense. But I added an appendix because it changed right as soon as I finished the video. So
I didn't know you could add an appendix. I thought they just removed them. Can you get
forward,
it like put back on?
Going forward, Ice Crown Citadel released their DPS meters.
Did they?
Yes.
Did I see that? Did you post that? If you posted it, I saw it.
Guess what's at top?
I know this. Feral Druid?
No.
I don't remember.
Marksman Hunter.
No.
Fire Mage.
No.
Something
Then
Warlock.
why did you ask me?
Unholy Death Knight.
Unholy Death Knight
I know.
was at the top. Guess what's right below it?
Assassination Rogue.
Marksman
Demonology Warlock. Holy Priest.
No.
Fury Warrior.
Survival Hunter.
Oh, yeah, no, I did know that because you were rubbing Sam's face
Oh, is
in
that
it.
why you were asking me if I... Well,
I wasn't rubbing her face into it, saying you might want to try something. You'll be a higher
no,
DPS.
See, here's the thing.
I've tried survival.
Well,
Don't get it.
no, here's the thing. Here's the problem you were having with survival. It's more dependent on traps than marksman. Marksman, you still want to do traps, but here's the thing, and this is a feedback we've gotten from the hunters in our guild as well, is having trap launcher. It just makes hunters just stupid for damage.
You're not running in. Now you're just shooting.
It's just an extra
I know,
shot.
I got it. I use it now.
I know you got it,
I'm
but
really
I'm just
bad
saying.
at aiming it, but I got
survival adds to your traps.
So do
and
I need
something to do with your black something shot and your I don't know what the hunter abilities are called. There's some stuff that works together with traps and stuff. Survival's good. You'll like it. You should switch and play more
I
often.
don't even know what you were trying to say.
I don't know. I don't play a hunter, but
It's
they've
just
got
that
like
you can look it up. Other people know.
they've got some cool abilities that when combined with traps are good or something. And you have a trap launcher now, so you don't even have to move
They-
unless
So, like,
we're
I
doing
can throw all of my
unless
traps?
we're doing Utgard Keep. Well, I would probably yes. Can you get a launcher for all the traps, or is it just explosive?
I don't know. I'm not a hunter.
Thanks, news expert. He doesn't. I'm not a hunter either. I know you can throw the explosive trap. I know that 100% because I see people doing it, and it's cool. And that's
Like
the one
me?
you're doing. I haven't. Did you do it?
It's probably the only trap you want to throw. Who knows?
Oh yeah, because you kept overshooting.
Yeah.
So you still have to aim somewhat.
I
But-
was trying.
I know, and it's a thing you learn. It's a skill. It's an acquired skill. So you should try respecking to survival and see how you like it. You might like it better.
Or spend 1,000 gold and just do dual spec. Then you still have one. You can
That's
go right
such a
back.
waste as a hunter, though.
It's fake money, guys. It's fake money.
It's fake money, yeah. But when you can respec for you can probably respec for 5 gold because you don't respec very often. She can respec back and forth for weeks and not reach 1,000 gold. I mean, hunter is not a class where you, unless you're
But I would
PvPing,
get
which
that
you're not.
achievement.
You would, but it's an expensive achievement.
Yeah.
If you want to do dual spec, do dual spec. I'm just saying it's wasted on a hunter because
on
you
your
don't
hand.
PvP. Marker.
So yeah. So they were there second.
Who's third? Combat Rogue dropped down the rankings, didn't they?
Mid, very mid.
You want to be Assassination now if you want to
Affliction Warlock, Feral Druid.
Warlocks are still high, eh?
Yeah. So Unholy DK, Survival Hunter, Affliction Warlock,
I don't
Feral
usually see
Druid,
Warlocks up on
Ass
the charts.
Rogue,
A what rogue?
Ass Rogue, Fire Mage,
Assassination.
Mark Hunter,
I just wanted him to say ask me.
FTK, Franklin Deliver Knight, Destruction Warlock, Retribution Paladin,
See, I'm surprised Retribution Paladin's
Yeah.
that low.
Furry Warrior.
They must not have their sets yet. I mean, that must like once Retribution Paladins start getting their 2-piece and their tiny abominations, I feel like that's going to go up.
Yeah. So the Furry Warrior.
Yeah.
That's the jokes I can make. The Shadow Priest. Priest lurking in the shadows. And then under all of that is Combat Rogue.
Yeah, not
Followed
good.
by all the shamans, I want to say.
I wonder if Bob's still combat or if he's going to suck it up and play a relevant spec.
Screw you. Okay, so following that, there's a bunch of hardcore death clips. Feel free to watch. Join our Discord. You're looking for
Oh, I'm already in our Discord.
discord.me/mere casuals, I believe it is.
I don't know if it's / or /, but there's a slash, and
It's
people
the
will figure
slash
it
going
out.
forward.
It's the slash that you use for websites, whichever one that is.
/ And join our Discord. And you can see some of these things that I talk about. It gives you the Hallows End holiday event guide. By the
And
time
you
you
can
hear
chat nonsense with us because we do that all the time.
Yeah,
We're very active in there. Even Sam is.
the Hallow, the
You got a
Hallow,
weird picture of me.
Well, I mean, you were being weird.
the Hallows End holiday event guide is there. It will be almost obsolete
will
by the time you read this,
Basically done by the
but
are you doing?
it is pinned.
sitting on my keys.
I did pin it in that particular thing, so you can read it, follow it,
Oh,
get your
yeah.
mount.
What?
I pinned a podcast question we were actually going to like.
Well,
plan
let's
out.
let Al do the news,
Yeah.
and then we'll get to the podcast questions.
So
was the
for
question?
all of us that are struggling and
With life?
and trying to get Invincible or Frostmourne,
What's invincible?
the horse, his horse,
Oh,
the reins.
from
yeah.
the horseman.
Yeah, no, Invincible from the Death Knight. Arthas.
The Lich King.
Yes,
He drops a mount.
I don't know where it drops, but yeah, it's there anyway.
And do you mean Shadowmourne?
No,
You mean Frostmourne?
Invincible and Frost. Anyway, Invincible and Frostmourne come to Diablo 4. So while we play the game trying to get it, anybody that plays Diablo 4 can get them.
Oh, like you get it in WoW if you have Diablo 4?
No, you get it in Diablo 4.
Oh, just as part of the game?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably not going to play Diablo 4.
They
at
had
this
some
point.
hot fixes, which I did explain, but I'll open it up. I don't think there's much in there. They did change the dungeons. You can do Headless Horseman 10 times instead of 5.
Yeah, but you only get the loot bag once. So, like,
Yeah.
unless you need the rings, which, I mean, who even needs the rings? Then what's the point?
Yeah, all this stuff is it's old news. It's been fixed. Everybody's discovered it, so I'm not going to read it all up. There's 2 promotional mounts, which are all going to the Taiwan people. Magic Rooster and the Blazing Hippogriff. We don't get it.
You can ride a rooster?
Yeah. The top 10 deadliest things in hardcore. WoW Classic. They did a little video on that as well.
Are the top 8 all people being stupid?
No.
Okay. 'Cause
Maybe.
that's the number 1 leading cause of death.
There's interesting things. There's a cool little video to watch. I enjoyed it. I was actually asked when I posted it, somebody said, how many of those things did you die to? And I went through and I said, you know what? I died to 3 of those things. I said, well, I died to more, but I said, are you
It's
referring?
funny that you die to a different thing each time.
I said, well, hold on. Are you talking about intention? Are you counting intentional deaths as well? He's like, no. Okay,
Oh.
so there goes the drowning.
I was going to say, you should get on and intentionally drown and fall off of a high object.
No, I fell off a high object.
You died, like, unintentionally? You died falling off something?
Yeah.
Which character?
Well, it was one of those morning rogues. Remember
you
when I... Oh, so I guess 4, because I guess I also unintentionally drowned.
You did? How many characters did you die on?
I was playing one morning. So remember when you said, I died one night and I wanted to play really fast and level up so no one noticed?
Yeah.
But I was really tired. And I told you I aggroed the one troll up there and he cast on me and I tried to get away and I just went down this way and I slipped down the side of the mountain and died. Cause
Right.
I
Yeah.
had enough health taken off me that killed me.
I do remember
And then later on, I started over really, really quick and then I fell asleep and I woke up in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make that 4 because we'll call that an unintentional drown.
He fell asleep and woke up in the water.
So that was the news I had. So I finished it off, and all of a sudden, I got an updated DPS rankings.
Oh.
Guess what's number 1?
Is it Frost DK or Unholy DK again?
Survival Hunter.
Really? See, that doesn't surprise me because I don't know if it's all the trap, but like seeing the DPS that hunters are doing in our raid, it's ridiculous.
This
Yeah,
is the
but I'm
trash
not
fights.
that good.
These
No,
are-
I'm just saying like hunters in general, like it's crazy. Like people were worried about like, oh no, what if Ret Paladin's decent?
These are
Yeah,
the trash
it's
fights.
not
Single
even-
on
Oh, that
single on
includes
single
trash?
target,
Oh, okay.
they drop a little.
So, you know how I was talking about the big trash packs you pull at the beginning? So, fun fact about hunters, their explosive trap hits everything. You could pull 8 million mobs, it'll hit all of them.
Yeah.
The hunter DPS, they do like 30,000 damage per second on those trash packs. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they're not low on the
See,
single
and
target.
that kind of, I understand then why Paladin's a bit lower because like we're okay on big packs, but the more stuff you add, the farther we fall down. So people doing these big pulls, my cleaves hit between 2 and 4 extra targets. Like I can't hit everything except for with consecration, which doesn't do hunter damage.
Yeah.
So like I kind of get it.
So everything else stayed where it was. I think Unholy.
What's the sinker target look like? Did you have that?
I'll open it up in a minute. I just want to say in this particular updated one, Combat Rogues went above the Shadow Priest.
Well, that's good. There's not a lot of Shadow Priests.
I wonder why.
So open up the single target. I want to see that real quick. While you're opening it up, I just want to say something because you were talking about hardcore and it reminded me that hardcore exists because I had forgotten. And one thing I've noticed since I stopped playing hardcore, I haven't been watching like streamers, and I think I'm happier for it. I'm okay with that not being part of my life, not watching WoW streamers,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I feel like I don't need that. So single target DPS.
So this is boss fight. So bosses only. It looks like third.
Hunter?
Survival
They still
Hunter's
do a
third.
lot of damage.
That's
like
good.
they're solid DPS.
So you got Unholy.
Does Ret move up at all on boss fights rather than trash?
I don't know. I didn't look. You're still down. You're just above the combat rogue on the boss.
And we were below on trash, right? Because your fan of knives hits everything, right?
No, rogue was not. No, you were above rogue. You were 2 above rogue.
Huh.
So which means you must have gone down a couple. Well, the rogue went up over the shadow priest. The priest was right below you. The priest below.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where stuff goes once gear starts to factor in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, they were all waiting on that.
yeah, because people are not geared out yet. Like even the top raids, they've only done it twice, right? So like they're not going to have everything. Are you going to live?
When I try to suppress the cough, it
Doesn't make it better.
blows up on the inside.
So are we done the news?
Well, there's a few speculative articles about the future, what's going to be announced at BlizzCon.
I don't want to speculate.
They
on
talk-
that,
they
'cause
talk
I have
about-
no idea.
The Headless Horseman instant limit being raised. If you pay for your subscription, IKA or whatever, AKA you don't use the token because you think it broke the game for some unknown reason, and you pay for a monthly subscription, get a 12-month subscription because there's a new Nightmarish Emerald Drake reward for a 12-month subscription.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that.
No. There's more hot fixes. Go ahead and read it. There's a schedule on here for BlizzCon. Go ahead and read it. There's more scheduling info for BlizzCon. Go ahead and read it.
So basically, do your own research, you lazy people. Don't rely on us for the news.
Well, I'm giving you the news, but the meat and potatoes of it, there's schedules out there. Do you want
These
me to
are
list,
boring things that nobody
do you
wants
want
to
me
hear
to
us
list
talk
off all
about
the
for an
events, or
hour.
can I tell you that they're there and you go to Wowhead, a trusted source for Wizard?
Yeah, if you care what's going on,
Blizzard information.
if you care what's going on at BlizzCon, go look. If
This
you
is-
want to see all the hotfix information, go read it.
This is where I start to trip over my words. I start to talk fast to try and get over some of the interruptions you give me. I trip. And then there's
I'm just trying to get to the part of the podcast where Sam shines.
first look at Armor of the Lich King replica. So you can buy a replica of Lich King's armor, which looks like it's just his head and his pauldrons, and it's $100.
Why would I do that?
Exactly. So that was the news.
That's outrageous.
No, Sam. Podcast questions.
Oh, I thought you said
That's
when
the
I
part.
shine is when
Well,
we
yeah. You reading the podcast questions is where you shine. It's
And
your.
when do we do
it's your
podcast
job.
questions? Every time.
I had to check to make sure it didn't spontaneously stop recording again.
So the first one.
I assumed you had them open already, Sam.
So, well, I know Alan and I were talking about
Sam
enchants
reads
one
the
day,
podcast
and he
questions.
mentioned the enchanting and professions would be a good one to talk about.
Oh, we didn't actually we pinned that, but we didn't actually plan that out.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that's the one that you wanted to plan. All right, podcast questions.
Sam.
I actually have
Whoops.
I have a list of answers to the questions on my other computer. Damn it.
Okay, found them.
Okay, what's the first one, Sam?
If you had to fight a cereal mascot, which one would you choose and why?
I'm trying to think of all the cereal mascots.
Example: Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam,
Oh, Toucan Sam.
Captain
big beak.
Crunch, Special K.
Does Captain Crunch have a sword?
Special K. No, never mind. Yeah, I think he does.
The bunny from Tricks.
No. You can't fight the bunny.
Why?
Tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Well, you can still fight him.
I put that in there. You stole my own comment.
Oh. Cereal mascot. Who's the mascot for Cheerios?
The bee.
Is it a bee?
That's Honey Nut Cheerios.
I feel like I could kill a bee.
The other mascot for Cheerios is a spoon.
Is it?
No, I don't think it's a mascot. There's
don't
no mascot
remember
for
that.
Cheerios.
I thought the bee was... Is
Honey
Yes,
Nut
Cheerios.
Cheerios
Cheerios.
that aren't Honey Nut?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah,
is the
Cheerios. There's Applejack Cheerios.
What's
There
the
is
mascot?
strawberry
is that still a bee?
banana. There is chocolate. There is
Okay, so we
vanilla.
buy the strawberry
Spice.
banana. We buy the strawberry banana Cheerios at work all the time.
Are they gross?
They're nasty. Like
Multigrain.
those are okay. What's the mascot for multigrain Cheerios?
There's no mascot.
It's got to all be the bee, right? Because Cheerios is the
No,
bee
there's
mascot,
only one mascot for Cheerios.
and it's the
It's
bee.
only the Honey Nut Cheerios, and it's the bee.
I forgot that normal.
Why would they have a
Cheerios
honeybee
was-
on any other
I don't know.
Cheerio? They asked him once. You know what he said? Cheerio.
He's British now. Is Mr. Peanut a cereal
No,
mascot?
no, he's
Mr.
always
Peanut?
no, he's
That's
the he's the
Peanuts.
nuts.
no,
Planters
not
Peanuts.
Charlie Brown. Like
Planters
Mr. Peanut, the
Peanuts.
mascot.
Planters
Who's
Peanuts.
that?
Mr. Peanut.
Planters Peanut.
His name is Planter.
The guy with the monocle.
Does he have like foot issues? Mr. Plantar fasciitis.
That's Monopoly guy.
No, that's a
Do you
guy
know
with
the
a
Monopoly guy? The Monopoly guy doesn't have a monocle.
No.
It used to.
No,
No, it never did. That's one of those Mandela effect things. The Monopoly guy has never had a
He was
monocle.
imprisoned unjustly for a number of years.
Probably. They must have confiscated his monocle when he got imprisoned. So I'm gonna go with the Cheerio bee because they're easy to kill, and I'm not
Oh.
allergic to bees. Fruity
What's his name?
Pebbles.
What's his name?
Who?
You want to fight a baby girl?
It'd be easy.
What are their names?
Who?
Hold on.
Don't pick mine.
Okay, what's yours?
Oh, you want me to go?
Does Weetabix have a mascot?
I want two, and they're related.
Oh, okay. You go because I know who I want to punch.
I want the chocolate vampire and the fruity.
Oh, we don't even have
the
those.
fruity Frankenstein guy. So you get like a horror movie. It's
Frankenberry.
It's at least a little bit interesting.
See, I want
Fred
to.
and Barney.
Oh, from the Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
See,
Who
I want to
forgot
fight. I
Fred
want
and
to
Barney?
fight the Quaker guy.
Huh.
Never been a fan of Quakers
You should watch a movie
with
called
their
Hard
silly
Target.
hats and their belt buckles.
It's funny.
I want to punch a Quaker.
I saw an article today why Hard Target is like one of the greatest movies. It's not, but then you're talking about Hard
Oh, the
Target.
Sugar Grants
I am
guy?
on record. I'm on record as saying what I think the best action movie of all time is.
Do you know
Die
Hard
Hard.
Target?
Die Hard? No, it's not Die Hard. Do I know Hard Target? I've heard of it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
It was like the first John Woo movie I saw, and I was like, okay, I don't
Who's
like
in
John Woo. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, okay, then
And-
yeah, I know the movie.
And the Quaker dude.
They said that's the best movie?
It was an article. I'm sure there was something to it, but it's just interesting.
So that article's wrong because the best action movie is Speed.
Do you know who we forgot?
No.
Snap, Crackle, Pop.
Oh, the little elves. Are they elves?
Yeah.
They're elves, right?
They're Keebler elves.
No, that's from the cookies. The cookie elves are Keebler elves.
They're just short people.
They're different elves. I'm going with I want to punch a Quaker.
Frankenberry and Count Chocula.
Al wants to fight monsters and Sam wants to
Count-
punch a little girl. Is that what you said?
Who's punching a little girl? Who's the little girl?
Pebbles.
The Pebbles
Pebbles.
You said Pebbles.
from Fruity Pebbles. I brought it
No,
up.
Fred
I didn't-
and,
Oh, you want
Barney
to
are on
fight
the
Fred
thing.
and Barney? Is that who you
Hey,
want to
they
fight?
can
fight.
fight.
Pick a target, Sam. You have to decide who you
You
want to
gotta be
fight.
careful. Fred and Barney,
They're
they
cavemen.
kick ass.
They fought dinosaurs.
no.
They had to subdue dinosaurs and enslave them.
Okay, so Fred and Barney went to a fancy party with their wives, and some people came in and knocked them down on the
Is
ground.
that a porno you were watching?
No, it's the Flintstones, and they're down on the ground like all cartoon cracked up, and
Oh, so this was cartoon, not John Goodman and...
yeah, no.
I want to say Rick Moranis.
And
Who played
then
Barney?
Fred looked over.
Couldn't have been Rick Moranis.
yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
He looks like a Barney.
He looked over, and then they got up, and they smoked those freaking villains like they were nothing. Fred and Barney kicked their ass.
Like I said, there are people who subdued and enslaved dinosaurs. They're strong.
But they were also facing other people who subdued.
Have you seen Bam Bam? Like, he picks adults up by, like, the toe and just bams them. He can
But
throw a car.
he loses that.
When?
When they become older and they're teenagers, he's not strong anymore.
There's a teenage Flintstones?
Yeah, where Pebbles and Bam Bam are dating.
They're dating?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And he's not strong anymore. They're neighbors,
Is
not
this
siblings.
a special adult film you saw?
No.
Okay. Well, whatever. We spent a lot of time on that. Sam never really gave us an answer, but what's the next question?
She wants to beat up a little baby girl.
And I want to punch a Quaker.
We just talk about cereal a lot.
Yeah, we go on about the cereal for a while. And then start posting pictures. Was there any other questions, or was it just
Yes,
a long,
there's other
week-long
questions.
cereal conversation?
Is there other than what was just posted?
What was just posted?
You go ahead with what was just posted. I'll look back.
What was just posted, Sam?
I've leveled the gear score of my warrior from 4.4k to 5.3k gear score. Now, from just scourge stones.
Fire their Scourge Stones.
And I'm almost ready to quit the game because it's... Thought I saw something move behind.
It was Al. Because it's...
Just insane the amount of stones you need for an upgrade. I don't think I'll do my alt. What do you guys think? Should they increase the amount of drops or lower the cost of stuff?
Well, I mean, they already did increase the amount because you get one off of every boss now. So I definitely prefer farming 70 Defiler Scourge Stones over 38 Sidriel Essence. It takes so much longer to get the Essence. I mean, they could make it easier, but like I haven't really been trying, and I've got like 140 of them. I mean, I know that's not enough for like to fully upgrade a character, but I don't need it because I already have gear. But like you can get like how many dungeons is there? Like 14?
Sure.
If you can count the 3 new ones, I think there's 16 if you can count the 3 new ones. So there's an average of 3 each. So what's 16 times 3? I want to say 48, but I'm not sure. Is it 48? And then there's an extra bonus 3 for Oculus. So you're at 51. I'm going to say there's like 4 dungeons where there's like 4 of them. So you're like 55. So you can get like 55 a day. That's a lot of work because you have to run all the dungeons. But like, I mean, even just doing the daily, you get between 3 and 6 a day. I mean, if you're moving slow, I don't know. It doesn't need to be instant. I'm kind of okay with it. Like I like the buff that they gave with the Defiler stones versus the Sidriel Essence. It's enough easier that it doesn't feel as painful. Because saving up 38 Sidriel Essence for Asir's Edge, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Actually,
that was bad.
I think I use side rail as an essence for Mjolnir's runestone, but
That was only 19 at least. But did you
No.
trade them down from the Defilers?
I did.
Yeah. So I know. I think I saw someone post somewhere that they were complaining that that Asir's Edge and the non-heroic Justice Bringer were the same DPS. They're basically the same weapon. So why is it so much harder to get like Asir's Edge? Because you have to do like 38 instances when you can do like half of that and get Justice Bringer. And they're like, you can just trade the essences down, right? But yeah, I don't mind it. I don't think it's that much. Especially if you only need a couple pieces. If you need everything, I can see it being.
You could run the raids too.
Yeah. But some people don't want to, Al.
Yeah. Then that's the cost. Like, I would love to have all that stuff, but I'm not going to get it all.
See, I figure if I never raided, doing a few extra gambits doesn't seem like that hard.
Yeah. Ulerin. Since Phase 4 released, I've been using RDF like crazy and even have made friends with people on other servers. Did you know
Yes, I
not.
did.
Oh,
that you can add people in your group to your battle tag and then group with them later on to queue for Instance Finder?
I have not added anyone to my battle tag. I have put people on ignore, though. I wonder, if you put somebody on ignore, does it stop you from being matched with them, or can you just not talk to them once you're in the instance?
I don't know.
Because I almost told this story earlier, but I got booted from a Gamma instance earlier this week.
why?
Because we were in a really crappy group, and for some reason they decided to blame me. We were doing Nexus, which every time I queue for random Dungeon Finder, I get Nexus. Like, I got it like 5 days in a row.
Nice.
And I hate it with the stupid mirror images and everything. And so we're doing Nexus, right? And I'm doing like about 50% more DPS than anybody else in the group. I'm doing a ton of damage. And I'm tabbing and hitting mirror images. I wasn't hitting the most mirror images because it's harder for a melee to do it.
You have 2 WoWs open. One of them's logged out. Oh.
That's a motorcycle driving past. So the tank, like midway through fighting our way down to the first boss, is like, oh, what did he say? He said something like rude, so I ignored him. Basically, he called me a name, and he's like, "What's wrong with you? Why aren't you hitting mirror images?" And I was, but the way he said it, I'm like, I'm just not responding to this, so I just continued to play. And then he's like mouthing off some more, and I'm looking at details, and I'm like, okay, I've hit the third most mirror images. There's one person that hasn't hit any, one person that hasn't hit any, and one that's only hit a couple. And the thing is, I tab to hit a mirror image, and it's dead before I can use an ability. So sometimes I just don't hit one when they spawn because the one I went to hit's dead already. So whatever, I go back to DPSing. And we get down to the first boss, and the tank, who sucked, pulls the boss and gets knocked back into the other pack and ends up pulling that pack. And we ended up getting like 8 mobs on us, and they're all spawning mirrors. And we ended up wiping. And they decided that was my fault, and they kicked me.
Not the tank's fault.
And I was like, whatever. At this point, this group was moving so slow, and every pull I was pulling aggro off the tank. He's one of the worst tanks I've been in a group with. No one in the group had more than 4,200 gear score. Like, as soon as I popped into the instance, my first thought was, oh, this is going to be rough. And they voted to kick me. And at first I was like, okay, I'm going to message these people and be like, what is wrong with you? Like, do you even have details? Because you can look and you can see if people have been hitting mirror images. And I looked, and I was. The tank that kicked me hit less mirror images than me. I know he's the tank, but still, I was hitting them. And we didn't wipe because nobody was hitting mirror images. We wiped because we had 9 mobs on us. And they were all spawning mirror images. And they're all casters. And they're all nowhere near me because I'm melee. Yes, I can hit them with Judgment once every 8 seconds, because I'm glyphed for it. And yeah, I could hit them with Exorcism once every 9 seconds. But like, I'm not going to turn around and run across the room to hit a mirror image when we have a priest and what's it called? Shaman that fires lightning bolts. Yeah. What are they called? Elemental. And an elemental shaman. And other people. Like, I was hitting them. The rogue didn't hit any. So whatever, not my fault.
That's not the rogue's job.
So I was gonna message and be like, what's wrong with you? A, I'm doing most of the damage in this group. And B, I am hitting mirror images. You're full of crap. And then I was like, I didn't like that group anyways, so why do I care? So I just put them all on ignore and queued again. I had 3 minutes left in my cooldown at this point. So I was like, all right, I went and got a drink and I came back and queued for another dungeon.
I was going to say, you said it was going slow. By the time your 30 minutes was up, they were probably still in there.
Oh, they probably never finished. Like honestly, they probably didn't.
Did I mention the one that they kicked me out of? Like, we went down, we got a pack. I was the top DPS.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Probably
When you said
group.
that, it just reminded me.
I've been in some bad groups because I know Bob brought this up a while ago. He's like, when you're queuing for random dungeon finders, I want you to pay attention to the tanks. And yeah, I've gotten a few bad tanks, but I've gotten more bad DPS.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten a few bad tanks, but the thing is, even the bad tanks are still good if they know to put their thorns buff on. Because being a tank in Gamma dungeons is kind of a cheat code. Because you grab that thorns and it does so much damage, and you just get so much threat from it. I don't understand how I'm pulling threat off people unless you don't get threat from the thorns. I don't know, but tanks haven't been the issue. Really bad DPS has been the issue.
I want to try my tank
You should.
with friends because he's got 4,200 gear score.
You should. You're not going to be able to hold aggro. I'm going to have to hold back. But
Well, no, I want to face the challenge of trying to keep that aggro.
Okay. We'll
But
try.
you're saying, yeah, I know. I got to learn.
Go in
I'll
with
put.
a
You know what I'll
different
do?
character.
Just for
thing
fun,
is,
I'll
if you-
throw up
if-
Righteous Fury.
But if you pull off
feel like-
aggro, it's not like we wipe, right?
Well, probably not. I mean, I'm not a tank. I can't take the hits that a tank can. We need a really good healer.
I just started working on
Not
them.
me.
No,
So yeah, there was that question. We didn't really
especially not
address
if
it.
you're Hunter.
So I knew that in the future we could
What was the question?
group with people across.
Oh, why did
realms?
I start talking about that? Oh, yeah, because I put people on ignore.
So yeah, it doesn't surprise me when you say it. It wasn't an active thought when I heard it. And if I knew some more people in other realms, that'd be cool. Ooh, maybe we get together like Go and other people like that.
You can't do it cross faction. I know he's Horde, right? Isn't he Horde?
Oh, I don't know.
I know he has a character on Benediction, but on his other realms, is he not? Maybe he's not. I don't know.
I think he might be Horde. I think you might be right. All right. Next podcast question. Falcon Mick put a little thing. Says, please, sir, may I have some more?
Oh, it's because we didn't put
Some
it
more
in a
podcasts?
podcast.
Yeah. Sure, we'll record one right now.
And then I got into the bunny.
You got into the bunny?
Yeah, we were talking about the
That's
serial killer.
unfortunate. Wait, what? Serial killer?
Yeah.
Do I not read Discord?
We were just talking
The
about the serial
podcast
killer.
question we just answered about which
Oh, he's talking about a conversation we just had. I get it now. Is there anything else? Because we're over 2 hours and I'm tired and hungry.
That's outrageous.
every time